Morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake now! Everybody wake!
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras.
Take the cameras off the field, then there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Biller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 jet. You got to cut and crack. Now it's cut and crack. Red, right, 18 bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
What we gotta do? All right, that's all the board down to. Let's go out and kick the tape. Right? Hey, 1, 2, 3.
Keep doing what you're doing. You got to sit our guys after and make them play.
V right, all the way outside. Y left, fake 396 bag. V hinge, Z puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh my God, this man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Greetings and salutations, smart and good-looking listeners of the 5 o'clock Club. Welcome into the Huddle. Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere in the iHeart app. Streaming live, Facebook, X, and YouTube. I'm Drew Olson. Armen Sarian's behind the glass, and we welcome a special guest to the 5 o'clock Club, an OG member, Billy Schmid.
Come on, boys, huddled up at full strength this
That's
morning.
right.
That's what I'm talking
Right
about.
out of the gate. None of this 6 o'clock pop in on your way to grab a vehicle and go up to Green Bay. No practice to cover today.
That nonsense is over, at least for the week. And most importantly, because now we start hitting into Drew. It's crazy. We were joking about it with our friend Wayno yesterday at a little event, and he said you get through the stages of training camp, and we're not even to family night. And I'm excited for the regular season games to kick in.
If I'm thinking about grilling because that's my favorite summer activity. Well, Blackstoning.
Now we're talking.
And you crack that beer or drip seltzer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amen.
And then you're like a sip or two in, and you set it down. That's where we are in the preseason.
100%. Yes.
We got a lot of that to drain left.
Yeah, you haven't even put a koozie on it to keep it locked in. And I mean, there's plenty of preseason conversation to talk about, and when will guys start playing, and who will play as much. But this is Anthony Campbell season, right?
Yes.
This is Marlon Jones season. And now you get TJ Quinn season, and apparently Drew Biber season. So finding different guys that are going to be a piece of the pie for at least a couple of days. They're enjoying an off day here today as they get ready for a private one on Thursday before the biggest public practice in league history. They're on family night coming up on Friday night.
And it's also always like overreact about the 1 10-second clip that goes around the Twitter season. Like it always happens every year. There's always one clip that people either get too excited about or too upset about. And it seemed like yesterday the Keyshawn Nixon clip was the one. Like that got fans going because he got beat by, an undrafted guy. So it's just that time of the year that we totally get too one way or the other.
It's overreaction season.
Yeah.
We get fall in love with guys on the practice field, and then you realize, you fell in love with your own team too. Like, hey, our offense looks great, our defense looks great, and then they play somebody else, and you say,
Not as great
grading
as
the
you thought.
paper a little high there.
Yeah, the rubric can get a little bit messed up here. And then, just like you said, Armen, the one loss that Jordan Morgan had in the one-on-ones quickly is the one that people talk about, not the 3 where he stones Lucas Van Ness in the beginning, which is a beautiful way to start that period. The first of the one-on-ones all camp is the former 2 number 1 overall picks going at it. So it set a good tempo yesterday. I thought they had some quality work. It's also day after Kay Adams hits camp, so we get some real in-touch interviews and some personal interviews. We got Matt LaFleur joking and laughing.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Well,
rarely you see that.
Kay's got that
with
special
microphones.
Sauce. Kay's got the special sauce. Whatever it takes, she can get these guys to say whatever they want to say.
She brought the sauce. She was not expecting Tucker Kraft to be as as dialed in Tucker Kraft as he was, though. So that's good stuff. We can spin through a couple of those, but now now you can sit with this for the next month because we're still a month and a half or 5 full weeks away from them playing the regular season games.
Speaking of interviews, we got some good ones holstered up for you from Hunter Baumgart from the ballpark. Because, we're talking about Packers camp because I was there with Billy yesterday, got to hang out with Wayne Laird. We got to hang out with some friends of ours from the iHeart, marketing partner pool.
Which is awesome.
Which was fantastic.
Time.
Our pals from Kern Electric were there.
Superheroes.
Yes. We had superheroes of galore. And we'll talk about our day, but Brewers back off the mat, beating the Pirates last evening. Home run from Andrew Vaughn. A great start by Logan Henderson. Meanwhile, in Chicago, Tarek Skubal and the Dodgers lost their 5th straight game. Skubal pitched 6 pretty solid innings. Bullpen imploded. Dodgers are reeling right now. The entire Dodgers team is fumbling around like Christian Yelich is at the plate, looking for their mojo. And so they, again, the one day of the year that you're cheering for the Cubs kind of, and it's like,
how about that?
And they actually come through.
And they ended up coming through, Drew. So thank you for them. Thank you. And after the Swanson home run, I did think, I'm like, wait a second. Am I doing this right? Am I cheering kind of on the right side? But after Mark Attanasio talked to Lev and Vinny last night, I got a little bit more to be going up against LA when he said it. We're going to play that guy, I guess. Guess we're going to play that guy probably coming up here soon. They spoke a lot about Skubal. I thought he was somewhat candid, but Drew, obviously you can't say everything. We want them to say, well, we laid out X, Y, and Z, and they decided that wasn't good enough. You can't do that. However, they've made it abundantly clear that they felt confident in the offer that they put out there, whoever it might have been, whether it was Luis Lara, whether it was obviously Luis Pena, and then a couple others. They felt confident in what they did, and now they got to go and try to win. And I liked Mark Attanasio doubling down on everybody around the organization, just saying, well, if we're as good as we think we are, we should be able to roll just with this group.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that attitude.
I like that. Okay.
I did see it, and we got so much sound, and Hunter came through for us. I mean, who are we all going to listen to, Armen? Who do we got? We got Kyle Harrison.
We have the Kyle Harrison one-on-one.
Because he's pitching tonight.
And when he let us know he had that one, that was awesome. Like, Hunter dropping the big gem on us. Like, I got the big one for you guys.
Yeah.
Like, landing that big fish.
He's got Dustin May.
Then you got Dustin May. And that's a video. So if you are, and you should be, streaming us live on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitter as well, you can see that one. And we have a 2 minute
little recap.
Sorry, guys. Murph talking about Yelich. And the recap.
And the recap.
All kinds of
Hunter's the star of our show.
It's an embarrassment of riches. He keeps throwing meat on the grill, and Hunter's throwing down the meat today.
So Skubal loses at Wrigley, and he was asked about the atmosphere, and he brought up something I thought was interesting. He's like, well, I've never pitched a home playoff game. I've been in playoff games on the road, and this was kind of like a playoff atmosphere because they were booing his ass when he walked out to warm up.
Instantly, beautiful.
He walked out to the bullpen, and the Cubs fans were already on him.
I think it's funny. We don't even know if he's about it yet.
Yeah,
how about that?
Now, interestingly, we could spin through another. I'll just quote it for you. But Tyrone Taylor, old friend,
now Cubby,
now a Cubby, was asked about it, and he played his first game for the Cubs. Went 0-for, but he was asked about it. He said it was fun. I remember it being like away games when I was at home in Milwaukee because there would be so many Cubs fans. It's definitely cool to be on this side.
Oh, come on, Tyrone. You don't have to do that. Don't have to do that, Tyrone. Come on now.
It's where your check is cut, man.
Man.
Billy, you used to work at a different radio station down the street. And then you'd be looking over here going, those clowns. And then you'd be like, now it's like, oh, well, hey, let's go team. It is what it is.
And listen, it's not wrong. It did feel that way sometimes here. It still does. But Tyrone's done it with us and with the Mets. If you remember, he was with the Mets during that playoff series as well. So he's been on both sides of it. But man, come on, Tyrone. But it was funny because I was going through it right before the show, and Billy was laughing about it. That I guess my instinct was to be upset the Cubs won again. But then I realized that's probably a good thing. So I was going back and forth on which way I should be cheering for this game, because I still, my default is still like division first always. But I think we should be thinking differently this year. So that's why I had to challenge myself and said, no, you can feel good about last night's result at Wrigley.
For one night.
Because we
really
it's
funny because Brewers are trying to distance themselves from the Cubs, but they're also competing with the Dodgers for the best
Well,
record
that's
in
the thing.
ball. And like
Yeah.
when you want them both to lose. It's
100%.
mixed emotions, pal. Like my ex-wife going off a cliff in my new Maserati. I don't know how to feel.
That's a big problem for me, and especially when the Braves are right on the tail as well. I mean, they had looked like they had someone packed in a chair, and now they're 2 games back, half a game back for the.
That's
2
the
seed.
other thing about it, and I don't know how to caution people about it, but I was thinking about this because it's like the Dodgers are the great white whale now because of what happened last year and just the way they are. They're being painted as Goliath, but. You know, the Brewers might not get to the Dodgers. They'd have to get maybe through the Braves or Phillies first. Like, Phillies are throwing Wheeler and Sanchez at you.
Oh, yeah, that's no walk in the park.
That's not a cakewalk.
No
Like,
way.
anybody can beat anybody, and it's like...
It's a top-heavy league. There's no question.
You know...
Well, and if you look at the full recap of the deadline, all the teams that got better are in the National League.
Yeah.
And all the really good teams have been in the National League. You're right, Armen. It's extremely top-heavy. And Drew, it earthed one of my favorite shower thoughts. Because last night you got to see Cubs and Dodgers, and we're painting it as like in '96, you have to go through Dallas. You're gonna have to beat the Cowboys. We want Dallas. Well, you'll take Carolina next week.
For sure.
If it was Cubs and Dodgers into the other side, how many people and where would you be cheering for the Brewers to be facing in the NLCS?
Oh God.
I mean, like now you want to talk about the pain of the rivalry close or
Cubs,
the enemy that you don't
Cubs
know that
Brewers,
you can beat.
I would always cheer for Cubs Brewers in the high leverage series. That's just me. I just like bring it because again, the Armen thing was like, what if we lose? It'd be so painful. Well,
what if you
win?
Yeah, we learned that last year. And you know what's interesting about that too is what last year taught me was I think that the Cubs Brewers series and them being the opponent in the playoffs is what brought the best out of Brewers fans. Like that fired Brewers fans up so much, and that brought the energy, the attack mode.
It drained the team, and the battery was down when they faced the Dodgers.
Think
but
about how much in that. Well, partly because of our offense, but think about how much like this year has been all about can we beat the Dodgers once the playoff comes?
And that's the obsession.
Fans,
so if you don't see them, and then you get beat by the Phillies, and you're in a 2-0 hole, and you lose to the Phillies, like, oh, we didn't think this could happen. You just got to be ready. You got to play anybody. Champions fear no one. Just play anybody. Brewers first team to 70 wins. Fastest team in franchise history to win 70 games. Like
best thing that long-standing record that the 2025 team placed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That long-standing
amazing.
record.
Yeah, I mean, you. That's the thing, and you want to kind of prevent that mental trap of thinking we're just gonna waltz our way to the.
And
NLCS.
hey, they climbed a mountain last night. They beat the Pirates, who had won 6 of 7.
6 of 7 against you, and you just have not been able to top those
beat
guys.
The Pirates, and now you got I think Skeens tonight, right?
Skeens against Harrison tonight. That's a great matchup.
Great matchup of young pitchers. Skeens has been hitting the wall a little bit.
These Pirates are scrappy, dude.
They are.
I mean, they are.
They are good, man. Yeah.
That's one of those teams that, Drew, as you kind of joked about early in the year, you'd watch in your beat writer days and say, "Yeah, you guys are a couple of years away," and then they still decide that they're like, you know what, though, we've been a couple of years away for the last decade. So we might as well
at some point kick the door open.
Yeah, and try. And I mean, they grabbed a bunch of bullpen arms and they got a nice rotation.
I remember the progression because I remember like deep conversations with the frustrated Phil Garner early in my beat writing days. He's like, all right, yeah, for a couple of months, maybe even a season or two, it's like, well, we lost, but you know, we came back from 6 runs down and we had the bases loaded and we had the tying run at the plate. And he's like, that's great. We scrapped and we got to that point. And then that was sustaining for a while. And then it's like, damn it, somebody's got to get the hit. Somebody's got to get us. We got to win the game. Like we got there and then we got to finish. And it's like with the Packers last year, they had to learn to finish the games. Like they didn't finish in Cleveland. They didn't finish in Dallas. They damn sure didn't finish in Soldier Field. Finish the game. And it's like, but that's kind of a natural progression.
Like some were like reestablishing.
You
that
stop
culture.
like there's no moral victories, but kind of there are on your path.
Your way up.
It's like you say, well, hey, I said that about the Rockies. On the Saturday night game, the Rockies are down big, and then all of a sudden it's 8-6, and the Brewers had to bring in McGill. It's like, okay, that's not a win, but it's a step.
Yes.
Right? And it's a positive step. It's like, well, you lost. Who cares? Well, no, there are different losses. And
sure.
That is progress
matters,
to eventually overcoming. How many times have we seen the Brewers come back? They have the only team in baseball with a winning record when the other team scores first. So they have a lot of victories where they're climbing back in games. They're able to do that because their bullpen has been really good, and it keeps
Really
the other
good,
team
yes.
from tacking on, and it keeps you within striking distance, and eventually the offense
done
comes
it enough
through.
times where you were the at-bats in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning down 2 runs. I
Yeah.
don't think are as demoralized as the other ones probably
It
are.
kind of reminds me of the Brewers it was 05 when we finally got 81 wins. Like, it doesn't matter to anyone else in baseball. The Brewers finally reached 500, but it mattered.
It was
here
a
lot.
hurdle cleared.
So
yeah,
that's kind of the same thing that Pirates was like. It was a huge deal for us to try and get to 500, break the 14 years or whatever it was. We didn't get 500. I remember winning game 81. It was a comeback on the road against the Padres. I remember winning game 81 being like, this is a massive milestone for this, and nobody else I think outside the market would get it. So it's kind of what the Pirates are going through right now in the way. They're hovering around 500. I think they're a game back under now, but they're trying to reestablish something in their culture. So I understand what that is, and that's right, Billy, is what it is. It's scrappy. I mean, what? Don Kelly got tossed again last night. I think he leads the league in that.
That son of a gun loves getting thrown out.
He's trying to establish that edge, and you got to give him some credit for it, because at this point, it was like the only one establishing the edge before this year for the Pirates was that Usher that got in that fight with that guy.
That's a great callback.
I mean, he was the toughest guy in the Pirates.
Yeah, that's a great callback.
But, they're trying to do it, and then they're going to do it again today, I would assume, is give the Brewers all they can handle.
There does appear, though, when I saw Don Kelly go back out there for the second time, I think there's a Don Kelly at about every corner club. Throughout, who's just
wants it.
waiting for somebody to say, F me?
And
F you?
Oh, my God.
He was waiting to be able to jump back out.
And you can read the lips. That's going to be an easy one for John Boy. I told you I messed up.
I told you I messed up.
I told you I messed up. I told you I messed up. And he's like, no. You throw me out now. This is what I need right now. This is what I want.
I got right back out here. Now I deserve one. Okay, give me an early shower.
Yeah, fantastic. You can reach us at 877-794-1973, NicoletLaw.com talking text line. Today, in addition to all the Hunter content, is Hot Take Hump Day. I'm going to take your hot takes. There may be some because we will have a discussion about Christian Yelich.
Yes, there
comments.
will.
We'll be spinning through those, and we'll have Hunter's recap as well of the Brewers and his Harrison interview and Dustin May. And, oh, by the way, the guy that could be the most impactful guy had a show and go, showed up in the middle of the game, played a little catch in the cage, and threw a scoreless rack. Antonio Senzatella.
Quick in and out, and that
double
looks
play.
Exactly like what I was thinking you were going to get.
Yep. And that was like, that guy could be good. I mean, he slips right in there with Uribe and McGill. And again, it's like a good arm at the back end. And I was calling for that. That's what you wanted, is a dependable guy.
You needed to find somebody in Drew, somebody that earned a 5-year, $50 million pitching contract while pitching in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
That is pretty good.
I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff.
And in a couple days, we'll get to see Dustin May, and I think people they'll gravitate towards him because he's the pitching version of like a grinder. He's he's a competitive guy, and you'll see like
wild hair.
Looks like Sean White.
I watched him. Right. Yeah, I watched him throw a
first thing Laura noticed. What's
flirt with a no-hitter against the Brewers. So.
100%. Just a couple of months ago, he was dominant in that run.
And he'll like the change of having Brewers fans cheer for him instead of booing and stuff. So it's going to be uplifting a little bit.
You're going to see I'm a fiery guy, and it's not just the fiery hair. I'm very excited for that.
Trade deadline's over. You can settle down a little bit. I don't think the Brewers are feeling sorry for themselves anymore.
No, but
I think they're on to what's next.
But I'm keeping track of this Logan Henderson versus Skubal the rest of the year just for fun. Because
you're tracking it. I like that.
It seemed like that was basically what it was. So now 1-0.
Logan Henderson apparently thanked Matt Arnold. Hey, thanks for not dealing me yesterday.
Yeah, he was digging that.
Thanks for not dealing me yesterday.
All right, thanks for the win. We needed it.
Yeah. When we come back, Hunter's recap, and then we can listen to the Kyle Harrison interview. He's pitching tonight.
Tonight against Paul Skeens. Ooh, anybody got an extra ticket?
We need one, Kyle. Let's go.
Yeah, we need one. All right, we're off and running. It's the Wednesday edition, Hot Take Hump Day edition of The Huddle on Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin. Huddled up on a Wednesday, hot take hump day, if you will. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you, The Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. It is time to spin through last night's recap, the proceedings. A nice night at the ballpark. Our friends, the Whiskey Bells, sang the national anthem. That put the Brewers in a good foot right away.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
Yes, indeed.
Damn, I would have went.
Yeah, was
that's a rock. Let's go.
I got a text from Kimmy, our favorite fiddle player,
Yes.
and she's like, "Hey, are you here at the ballpark?" I'm like, "I just rolled back from Packers practice.
Oh man,
I didn't. I literally just got home. I just walked in the door, so it wasn't in the cards last night."
Yeah, that it was a little bit later of an arrival back for us from GB. All of a sudden, I had a T-ball game yesterday for the little guy, and I was like,
That's
"Hey,
awesome.
quick, can I take a quick shower? How much we gotta leave?" Yeah, we're leaving in 4 minutes.
Oh,
Okay, sweet. Never
Quick
mind.
rinse.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
never mind.
Let's figure it out.
Can't miss the home run trot though. So you can't.
But you know what we did? We were able to eliminate the bat flip, which was dangerous because we almost hit Coach in the head last week. So we had yeah. William, let's start dropping them things instead of throwing it up to the rafters. Sorry, Drew. I apologize.
Love that. Hunter Baumgart has the recap for us, brought to us by Import Minded. Take it away, Hunter.
Thanks, guys. The Brewers get a 4-2 bounce-back victory over the Pittsburgh Pirates last night, and Logan Henderson, great again. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 8 Ks. He's allowed 2 earned runs or less in 14 of his first 15 career starts. He's been exceptional. He said after the game that, of course, he heard some of the rumors and some of the things flying around about maybe his name being involved in trade talks, but he's very happy to be a Brewer.
I saw my name thrown in there, and actually saw Arnold earlier, and I said thank you for dishing me away. But like I said, I love this team, and I had it sent to me a few times. But again, it doesn't carry much weight. It's a lot of talk, and I'm a Brewer, so grateful for that.
Of course, another storyline of yesterday was Christian Yelich being moved down in the order. Some fans booing after one of Christian Yelich's at-bats last night, and Pat Murphy said he needs more encouragement than anything.
I heard a couple fans today, the kind of start getting down on Yelly, and I know some of you guys are talking about the last this many games or that many. Like, look, guys, this guy's meant unbelievable amount to our organization, and the way he leads in there, you guys don't get to see. He doesn't need my protection. He doesn't need me to speak up for him. But he needs encouragement. So I'm asking the fans to understand this guy, remember who this guy was.
So that's the message from Murph. Christian Yelich batting .231 on the season and batting under .190 since July 1st. Hopefully he can turn it around soon. Brewers going for their second straight win coming up tonight. Kyle Harrison on the mound for the Crew. He's back after about a month away because of the injury. Paul Skeens on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates, so it'll be a tall task. Nationally televised at ESPN. I'll have you for the baseball pregame show at 5:30 coming up this evening, and we'll hear my one-on-one conversation with Kyle Harrison. This report brought to you by Import Minded, your trusted choice for exceptional vehicle care on South 27th, just north of 894. Back to you guys.
All right, Hunter.
Great view there at the end on the capper of the video. Let's go.
Yeah, very creative. I like that.
Now,
And I like that stuff as well, Billy, that he said.
Yeah, very much so. Are we trying? Is Murph hoping that we do the full Trey Turner, like full standing ovation every time Yelich comes up to the plate? Might be an idea.
To really show the obvious support?
Might be an idea.
Or is that like a little tongue in cheek then? Like, is that too much? Like, you know what I mean? Because I would do it sincerely. But I don't know if every fan is like me. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, not everyone can be as elite of a fan as Armen. Sorry,
not like
let's not try to have everybody hold that standard. But I wonder where the line would be. Right? He needs support. I would agree. Generally, it does help a little bit more than booing your highest paid player. But that's the part of this, right? And like that's the part that will not get out of the minds of enough people of the money attached to is what clouds and I think adds more venom to the conversation when Yelich's name is around it. Like over the last month, there are 2 guys that are very prominent that were hitting far worse than he was. But they don't get the smoke because they've had times. And obviously last night, Jackson Churio has a phenomenal homer, 3-hit game, and hopefully him and Contreras get off the schneid quickly. But, Drew, you get what you want last night. He moves down to the 7-hole. Murph said it was my decision. It wasn't anybody else's. And then immediately into the comments, the only thing people are bitching and moaning about and talking about is why is Ortiz not in the lineup?
Yeah, it's funny.
Like at some point, you got to be happy with it. And if you move him down, then maybe it sparks something. If it doesn't, guess what? You gotta roll with the cat because you don't have a whole lot of other options.
They moved him down and then revised the lineup and moved him back up.
Back
when
up to
Bowers
5.
got hurt. Bowers he got hurt sliding into home the other night. And,
abdominal strain.
Strain could be out again today. But
that poor guy keeps catching it.
Yeah, the lineup thing, it confounds me. People, like, the way baseball works. And Nick in West Bend, no, that's not Nick in West Bend. Someone has been hitting us up.
Nick in West Bend hit us up.
Here
Let's go. My new daily 5 to 8. Let's go.
Yeah,
Nick.
I was talking to him yesterday after the show, actually. Me and him were just texting back and forth.
From the 715.
That's our friend Mike and Merrill.
Is it Mike and Merrill, 715?
Yep.
Well, yeah, he wants to know how Murph can keep putting Christian in the lineup constantly, but keeps putting Vaughn and Joey in the freezer. Joey gets 3 of 4 hit the Brewers hits Monday and rides the pine yesterday because of Murph's love affair with Hamilton. Both those guys get some confidence and getting messed with the next day. There's no excuse not to play Vaughn every day.
The irony of this is just hilarious to hear about Joey, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how dare they take Joey out of the lineup when people wanted him
funny.
out? Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: like, they know what they're doing. Murph's not an idiot.
That's for sure.
They're the fastest team in franchise history to win 70 games. He's a manager of the year. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And what you're not seeing is like that guy had 3 for 4. Well, that was yesterday. Today they're facing a pitcher whose hot zone, happy place might be exactly where the hole in Joey Ortiz's swing is. Like the Brewers know they're drilling down the matchups and the data and even gut instincts and stuff. And the reason that Joey Ortiz makes you want him to play more is because they're putting him in positions to succeed, and he looks great. So why don't you play him every day? Because then he'll be the guy that you wanted benched in April and May. It's like they've figured it out. They've cracked the code. There are teams that are doing this at a very high level with platoon advantages and things, and it's what baseball has become. You have to maximize it. It's not just, hey, run the same guys out there every day and let's just roll. No, it's like we're going to play this guy against this pitcher. You're seeing it in the middle of games. They'll pinch hit guys because they have an idea of this guy's going to be. And again, it's a crapshoot because you can do everything right strategically and have it not work out.
And still going 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. No
Exactly.
doubt, totally.
Exactly. But they're doing this, and there's thought to it, and it's not just, hey, screw that guy. It's this guy's turn. No, there's more thought to it than that.
Well, and they actually now feel like they have 3 guys for 2 spots. For a long time, it looked like I was begging for 1 for 2, right? You were hoping you could get a third baseman or a shortstop, and now you have 3 guys that you want to have in the lineup because Cooper Pratt's bat hasn't deserved to get taken out very much.
Oh, he's been great.
And for whatever frustrations you have against David Hamilton, him and Joey Ortiz as the third base platoon, Drew, like you said, is about as good as you're going to get. And probably were as good as you were going to get at the deadline. There wasn't anybody that was jumping off the page that was going to take that spot away. But the connotation around the platoon, I think also sometimes gets, all right, well, this guy goes here, this guy goes here, this guy goes here, this guy goes here. Because I'll look at the numbers and be like, well, Joey Ortiz slightly hits almost better than against righties than he does lefties. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But the hot zones and how good Jones is against righties is the other one, right? Like Ortiz, his numbers might favor himself just a tick against right-handers, but Jones has been lethal against dudes standing in the right side of the batter's box. So I get it. But for Yelich into the lineup, he's going to be in the lineup. So if that's and I love Mike, I know, I really do. But he has been on this forever, and now we're getting him down. But you're probably not getting him out. Like, I don't know if this will not make people happy to watch one of the guys that has been one of the pillars of success over the last decade, the most successful decade of Brewers baseball, into the lineup. If that seeds you so much, then stop watching the at-bat. Then go grab a beer when he goes to the plate, or go take a pee, or go get a sandwich, because that's all that people want to say is, I can skip this one because I know it's not going to happen. Yeah. Like, he is going to be in the lineup. Now you've gotten him moved out of the top spot. Now you've gotten him moved down to 4. People said that it was going to be the right thing to embarrass him or to demote him, to motivate him into the 7th spot. No, I don't know that does anything other than moves where he comes up first into the batting order.
Well, I think some people feel that way maybe because that's what their parents did to them or something like that. No, I don't mean to get that dramatic about
but it ain't right. I get it, Armen, but you're right, because this isn't 11U.
It's not. This is not like a 10-year-old you're teaching a lesson to and all that stuff, and we know that. But yes, I mean, and Yelich has been struggling. Nobody wants him to not play well. Nobody wants him to struggle. Fans get frustrated, but Murph always says he's as frustrated as anybody about it in terms of talk about Yelich. Sure, he's frustrated himself, and no one needs to tell him that. So The question is, how do we get out of it? How does he get out of it? He has to try and figure that out. But the reality is, you're still winning at a great clip without him. The Brewers have reached 70 wins with the fastest in franchise history. That should be enough to at least make you happy about it, because it's not like he's costing the Brewers wins, in my opinion. Could he help the Brewers? Of course he could if he was playing better, but the Brewers are picking up the slack around him and around the guys that have not been
and if you're worried about the money thing,
that's over too.
You've now, how much money is their payroll? 120 million?
Something like that, yeah.
And he's got
just near 50 of it is completely washed then. Because you've gotten 5 starts with Woodruff
and Yelich, yeah.
But you've also done this the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because last year you had an $18 million guy that didn't make the playoff roster for you in Hoskins. Right. I didn't hear anybody complaining about that one. So that's the tough part of, I understand he makes more money than all the other guys on the team. He's also the only guy on the team with that kind of an accolade of winning an MVP and multiple batting titles.
Almost 2 MVPs.
And you have other guys that are outplaying their contracts.
Of course.
So you have positive and you have back to the ebb and the flow. And you have to look at it like that. You're not going to always have it all.
And the money is already spent, and there's nothing.
That's it, Drew. That money is spent. It's not going anywhere.
Him, and it's like
no one wants to hear this.
Mike hit it again with my nephew went to the Boston and White Sox game. Look at what Durbin's stats are compared to Yelich. What does that do? Because they're different. They're completely different assets. One doesn't play defense, and one plays third base. Actually, last time I checked, Yelich never played third base in his pro ball career.
I was thinking about that because you're looking for ways and like dropping him down in the order. Here's the thing: like, how can they keep batting him in the middle of the order? How can they keep him up high in the order? Does it make a difference? The lineup's going to find you. He's going to come up with guys on base, and he's going to sink or swim. How many times did Joey Ortiz bat with the bases loaded? No matter where he was in the lineup, he would come up with the bases loaded. You saw it all last year. So intellectually, why are you yelling about that? Because it's like it's more about you. We have to get Christian Yelich going because he's going to be a big part of things if they're going to, perform in the playoffs.
Caleb Durbin,
in a way, my thing is get your slumps out of the way now. Because you could be playing great now and go into one of these funks in October and suddenly your season's over. Because
we watched that in the 4 games against LA.
People were just pointing out what Contreras, Churio, and Yelich were doing, and even like Terang in the last 30 games, and yet they're still winning.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
They went 16-10 in July, and they had 2 guys that were sub 600.
We said it in the Monday night loss. Like Contreras, what was it? Contreras, Churio, and Yelich were like
0 for 14 or something.
14 with 7 punch-outs. Mm-hmm. That's a ticket to the offseason in the playoffs. No, so get it out of the way now, and hopefully you're rolling when the season. Because if those guys are hot, and if Yelich produces like he did earlier in the year, if he gets into a groove a little bit, you'll forget this stretch.
Yeah, 100%. Chris and Lodi.
Same way the Dodgers, if they're having another parade, they're gonna forget losing 5 in a row in August.
They're not going to worry about getting swept by the Red Sox at home. No, that'll be the least of their worries. Chris and Lodi. Yelich has to be Yelich in late September and October. Until then, we just have to hang on.
But that's a good point because he wasn't. He was having good years of the year in the past, but he wasn't good in the playoffs. So maybe it'll reverse this year. Maybe that's exactly what he needs to get hot late.
But the Ortiz thing and the lineup, it's like they know what they're doing. There's a reason behind why they're not just like putting a guy in the freezer to piss you off. And again, like
it's not gonna work.
I mean, imagine go back and talk to yourself like 6 months ago or 2 years ago, like you're screaming for Joey Ortiz to be in the lineup.
Yeah, Drew, I never would have thought.
Part of the reason he's hot and has been playing well is because they're finding matchups where he can succeed. And that's what people don't want to. They don't want to process.
People don't learn a lesson on that. Like they realize that like when you react the way about the Ortiz stuff, and now it's changed for him, and it's like we want Ortiz back. Like these things change.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I was almost more upset that Pratt wasn't in when Pratt's not in the lineup, and when he doesn't start on Monday night, then you're worried that he's not getting in there.
Well, and then like Churio, and at some point, like Pratt and those guys, they might hit a wall as a young player.
At some point, you plan on it, yeah.
But the thing with Churio is like, is he back? He had a couple hits last night. Is he back then? Does that erase the slump, or is that just a blip? Like you got to sustain it a little bit, right? It has to.
Oh, sure.
But all it's going to take, like, one of the things I would say for Christian Yelich, and I don't know if Murph would agree with this or not, like, I'll move him down the lineup, take pressure off him. Like, no, put him in left field. Get Churio GH and put Yelich, give him something to focus on defense and put that and not have to sit and obsess over bad at-bats.
Last year, I feel like that was something that we saw them try to do to spark his bat.
Slip him into defense a little bit just to give him a chance to get in the flow, get a little bit more of a sweat. Like let him jog in and off. Even even if you don't get a ball hit to you, you're jogging in and off, you're focused, you're showing
You're
up
a lot
for every
more
pitch.
into the game.
You're locked in a little more. It's almost like a different experience.
You never know how it affects guys. There's no rhyme or reason for it, but Ortiz is better at third hitting.
Well, and when you're at bats are as struggling and as tough as it has been, maybe the best thing to do is to, as Drew said, not have to think about it for 3 innings.
Yeah, and then
something else to
he
think
makes
about.
a nice catch, or if he throws a guy out at second, you get a little surge there, and then it's like, oh, okay,
true.
a little positive, reinforcement.
I like that idea.
That's what I would think of. It's like I go the other way. Right? It's like, and when in the past when he struggled, they put him in the leadoff spot and he unlocked something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay.
Hey, listen, and I'm not, listen, I love Caleb Durbin, but I'm not reversing that trade either. That was I don't know where that was.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not handing that one back.
Well, Harrison, Drowan, Hamilton. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's like 5.5, 6 WAR total right now.
Yeah.
Come on, give him a WAR number, Armen.
Are you, man? Hamilton's got a WAR and a half.
That's right.
A point, game and a half WAR, and he's not even a full-time starter.
When we come back, he's pitching tonight, and he spoke to Hunter Baumgart yesterday. We're going to hear from the Brewers pitcher, Kyle Harrison.
Come on.
Exclusively with Hunter Baumgart. That's coming up next. We're also going to get to some hot takes on Hot Take Hump Day. My hot take is just chill out on the lineup stuff. Come on.
We're 27 games over 500. This is a good thing.
Yeah, let's chill out on that. Hot Take Hump Day is upon us. That will fire up at 6. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen huddled up on a Hot Take Hump Day, live from headquarters. The whole band together for the 5 o'clock hour, entertaining the 5 o'clock club members. You're getting exclusive stuff from Hunter Baumgart, his recap brought to us by Import Minded. And how about this interview, his conversation with tonight's starter, Kyle Harrison.
As you look at the last month, kind of what was the process to get back to this point and be healthy coming into the stretch run?
Yeah, the process was, trusting the guys here to get me right and, coming in, doing my work, just trying to get that, extensor to feel better. So kind of once the break hit, was able to stayed here for break and hit the rehab. And then Brandon did a great job with me, working with me. And, as soon as that break was over, it felt like I was ready for the next steps. I wasn't really feeling too sore from day to day. And ultimately, it was good to get a good rehab start out in Appleton Thursday. And now I'm back, and glad I got that rehab start to just kind of get the cobwebs out.
Yeah, when you compare how you felt your last start on the Major League mound compared to how you felt in Appleton, what were kind of the differences there?
I think just, in Appleton, it was kind of a sort of freshness, like a new pep in my step, I'd say. But, when I that last game, I just remember just being a little bit of pain. So anytime you're on the mound, not ideal to be feeling a little bit of tension, pain, and areas you're not used to. So hands down, felt way better in Appleton, and hopefully it stays that way.
Mentally too, I'm sure that's freeing too to go out into Appleton and be able to make that start without having pain.
100%. And that was something that, even working on the changeup, doing all this stuff, it allowed me to kind of work on things, ease back into it, and just really thankful they're looking out for me. Like, I've been in other situations where I've been hurt and come back and haven't had the rehab start, and they wanted to do it the right way, and I really appreciate that.
How hard can it be to, of course, be patient during that, right? They want to look out for you, and I'm sure you wanted to come back and help this team as fast as you could, but knowing that they had your best interest in mind, I'm sure was a little helpful in that process.
Right, and it was honestly a little different too. Just, I've never been, one team last year, but haven't been on a team that's really gone to the postseason. So keeping that perspective in mind, Hookie was talking with me. He's like, hey man, we got a plan for probably more starts than you really think. So it's like, let's take the extra 1 or 2 weeks to make sure you're fully ready to go. Let's do it the right way, build you up, and really appreciative that they communicated that with me. And we're an open book each way. So I love the constant communication, and they were checking in on me every day. So yeah, it was a good spot for rehab.
Do you feel like you're then in a better position as you go into this stretch run with, of course, that goal of you guys getting into the postseason, going far? Do you feel like you're almost more prepared than you maybe would have been had you not had those conversations and maybe gone through what you did the last month?
100%. It's like especially on the injury side of things, like once you fight something, you're nagging it, and then you kind of try to neglect it. Couple more starts go on, then it could turn into something kind of bad, and I've had that happen to me before. So speaking from it personally, it's I'm so thankful that they were protecting me and looking out for me, because they want me for the long haul here. So it's cool to see.
Kyle Harrison joining us. Question for you regarding your new teammate Dustin May, old teammate a little bit. You guys crossed over in Boston. What were your impressions of him being teammates with him in Boston?
Just a great guy. Got to know him a little bit, only for a month, but just hands down a great teammate, and it's a fiery competitor. He's got great stuff on the mound. So saw him today, and we were able to just catch up right where we left off. So he's a great guy, and he's only going to fit in to this clubhouse very well. So yeah, man, great guy, and just excited to get to know him more and more.
Yeah, what can Brewers fans expect from him on the mound, do you think? He told us in there that he's a very fiery guy on the mound. I think people are going to enjoy that.
I think people are going to see that. He throws some emotion like Miz a little bit, Sure. But no, he's got great stuff. He's a veteran. He's been in this league for a while. He knows what he's doing. It's important to have those guys around that you can lean on and just bounce things off of him. And he's got the playoff experience with the Dodgers, so he's been through it all, so it's cool to have someone like that, and he's just a competitor. I remember watching him when I was younger, and I was like, man, this guy's nasty, and he competes his butt off.
When you guys, add some new players in at this time of year, a couple months to go, and obviously the events of yesterday, it can be, I'm sure, a little nerve-wracking just to see what's going to happen, but you guys get through it, and now, how satisfying is it to have some guys who have playoff experience, who've been there, done that, to come into this clubhouse?
It's important, that's all you can really lean on, the experience. And you know, we're a young, hungry group, so it's yeah, this is all we got in this room. So it's kind of cool in that sense of, hey, you know, we're still going to be the underdogs. We're always the underdogs, and we just want to compete. And the guys that we got are going to help us in the best way possible, and they're going to give us that experience and bounce things off them. And just looking forward to get to know those guys.
Kyle, really appreciate the time and excited to see you back on the mound.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Kyle Harrison with our own Hunter Baumgart. Some really good stuff there.
Awesome.
The thing, you know, you listen to Kyle Harrison. He came up with the Giants, was traded to the Red Sox, comes to the Brewers. He turns 25 a week from today.
Whoa. That works. That'll play.
That'll play.
Yeah, that'll play.
You know,
and he's calm, cool, and collected. He's like, I've never been really on a team that's been to the playoffs, so that's nice. But also to understand, Drew, like, it might not be common for a lot of teams to be as cautious and take as much time with a rehab as the Brewers did. A lot of teams don't have the luxury to it, but when you're pitching that well, hey, brother, we're going to be as cautious as possible.
Yep.
We will give you as much time as possible as long as that heater up in the zone is working again like it was in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, that's a good point. And he got that opportunity in Milwaukee. That who knows? I mean, even if he had stayed in Boston, how many teams would have given him that chance? To start the season, might have kept him, in AAA or something like that. So it worked out here, and I think we're all glad it did. I like what he said. We're all we got. We know what all we have.
Oh, he hit an Armen. Sorry, and we're all we got. We all we need.
We all we need. Let's go.
All we need.
And that's like the Murph message that he's kind of pounding.
No, that's what Armen Sarian would be as the message if you were the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, maybe Murph and I are kind of similar in that
regard.
I
would love to know how many motivational posters you would have crammed into that one talk to the squad.
Hey, we were still looking for the one. Hey, did you see Tempered? That's the one that McCarthy's doing in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you guys saw that. Just you remind me of that. Tempered is there.
That might be a good podcast name.
Yeah.
Tempered.
Tempered.
That would be great.
The Tempered Tantrum.
Tempered podcast.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right, Hot Take Hump Day is upon us. We will fire those up, 877-794-1973 to the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. We're going to spin through some more of Hunter's stuff, and we'll get after it.
And
you're
I got
in the
an
Huddle.
Awesome superhero of the day.
Oh, you're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. After a couple of deflating losses against sub-500 clubs, the Brewers bounced back on Tuesday night.
Chourio out to right. It's back. It is gone. His first home run in a month, and we're tied 1-1.
Jackson Chourio's first home run in exactly a month. The Brewers beat the Pirates 4-2. Game 3 of the 4-game series is tonight. The Packers take today off from training camp. Tuesday after practice, Micah Parsons met the media for the first time since camp opened up. He was asked how his rehab is going.
You know, I'm running, I'm moving around. I'm at a plyo stage. I'm in my plyos, and next thing to conquer is after we finish D-cell will be change direction, and you know, hopefully we accomplish that by in 6 weeks. We got 6 weeks. We're blocking each phase off in the 6-week phase.
Parsons will begin the season on the PUP list. Hour 2 of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake now! Everybody wake!
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras.
Take the cameras off the field, then there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Bill for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 jet. You got to cut and crack. Now it's cut and crack. Red right 18 bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
We got exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all we're going to do. Let's go out and kick the tail. Right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. You got to sit down guys after and make the play. V right, all the way outside. Y left, fake 396 bag. Z hand, Z puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Rolling through a Wednesday in the good land. Hot take hump day, if you will. It's the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen. Let's get to it. 877-794-1973 is the number. You can also comment on Facebook, X, and YouTube. NicoletLaw.com. Talking text never closes, though, and that's where we want your hot takes. Serve them up.
Come on now, we're ready.
Dump
for
your
'em.
bucket. Feel free. Hot takes, opinions, predictions, whatever you got. We'll spin through them. But I think the starting point today for us has to be the deuces.
Ooh, I
Christian
think you're
Yelich.
right. Mm-hmm.
Number 22, the scuffling designated hitter for your Milwaukee Brewers, who heard some boo birds last evening. The manager heard some boo birds. In fact, Hunter Baumgart, again, providing most of our content today. He should be. We should probably buy him lunch today, or give him the preferred parking spot.
Yeah, Armen gave him some Glazers.
Oh, Glazers.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a few left for you, Hunter. When
Yeah,
you come
got
in.
some Glazers.
We'll save you
There
one.
might be a crumb left.
He's the star of Stage Screen, and the baseball pregame show, and Milwaukee's baseball tonight as well. He was on the scene last evening. He just provided us with a one-on-one with Kyle Harrison. He gave us a recap of last night's 4-2 Brewers victory. And we have this sound from Pat Murphy regarding the Brewers slumping designated hitter Armen, hit that.
Conversation with him? Yep.
How did that go?
Like always. Yelly's a pro, man. He's our leader. He's a pro. He's not getting the results. No one, let me just make this statement clearly, no one cares more about getting it right and about the Milwaukee Brewers upholding their standards that they have created for themselves, whether it's realistic or not, in terms of what people see on paper. He's incredible. I respect him more now, and I didn't think he could respect anybody anymore, but I respect the hell out of him. I didn't ask him if it was okay. I didn't ask him if it was, I just said, this is what I've decided, and it was only me, and I didn't ask the coaches. I didn't ask anyone. I just said, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what's best for the team. And I think that he'll respond.
What tells you that it's time for that?
What tells me?
Yeah, to
or when is the time to do it? I think there comes a point where, you know, you want something to change. You want something to spark something. You want a little different direction, and sometimes you contemplate it for a while, and then there's a moment that happens, and I can't tell you exactly, but there's a moment that happens, and say, I could tell you, but that's too personal. But there's a moment it happens, and you say, you know what, this is what's best for the club. A lot of reasons. Someday I'll describe it to all of you, if you're still interested, but you'll probably have moved on to Kurt, maybe not you, but a lot of the more well-rounded people will have moved on to bigger and better things.
What a beauty.
Yeah, what a
Beautiful.
Can't not finish it with at least least one good dig.
One of these days he's gonna do that to Hunter, but see, Hunter's too nice. He
Yeah.
wants to
That'd
do-
be way
he's
that would
not
be way
gonna
too
ever admit
rude.
it.
Yeah, even Murph can't go that low. Now the too personal might have been what we all think of. Usually our best thoughts come in the shower, right?
That's right.
That feels like shower thoughts for Murph, understandably so. He had said it, maybe 4 weeks ago. He was quoted as saying, "What do you want me to do? Hit him 7th? You want me just to take the C off his chest too?" Right? Like you could tell that there was a moment where he felt like that would have been degrading and humiliating to him. At some point, you are who you are. And this year in 2026, maybe this is just who Yelich is. And if you can spark anything, this might be the way to get it done. You could hear in Murph's voice that it was not an easy one to come to, but I don't know how you guys felt. Feels like he's really at peace with it. Like, feels like he is very happy he finally was able to make the decision. And now it can only go up from here, right? Because, what are you going to do? Hit him 9th? Again, you want to hit him underneath Hamilton, whatever. Now that you've dropped into 7, it is what it is. That's you've been dropped down to the bottom third of the order. You can mess around anywhere. But now it can be all good and all up from here to the point where it feels like he got away from the lowest and the one thing that, not that you'd be fearing, Drew, not the conversation that you're like shaking in your boots to have with your boss that you know is not going to go well, but one that you just know is not going to be a comfortable conversation. And when somebody makes it an easier conversation than the uncomfortable one that it already is, it can be a little bit of a burden to relieve you. And it also feels like maybe you talk about jolting something. It wasn't just jolting Yelich. Maybe it was more jolting the team if he felt like they were in a little bit of a Scooble slump.
Yelich is hitting 179 since the break.
That's not positive.
Not positive. And he's registered a negative WAR now officially yesterday for the first time in his career. Like if the season ended today, I think he's at negative 0.1. So he's just below replacement level right now in terms of what his contributions are, which obviously he's never done. He's usually hovering around 3 for the season when it ends.
Yeah. So. He's hitting his average right now, it's 231. He hits better with runners in scoring position, and he's like still one of the Brewers' highest averages in late and close situations.
Mm-hmm.
But he can't find it. Now, again, when it's like, drop him on the lineup, he's killing you, get him out of the top of the lineup finds you. Joey Ortiz, bases loaded. The lineup finds you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going, when you're in a slump, you're always going to be up with, 2 outs and 2 on, and it's going to find you. Like, okay, in theory, yes. If he's breaking up, you want your best hitters and your productive guys in a cluster, and wherever they are, you want them like 3 or 4 guys in a bunch so you can get some action going. And when the Brewers, with their lack of home run hitting, it's imperative that you get that, because sprinkle in a walk or 2, put the ball in play, maybe something happens, an error. They're good at taking extra bases and stuff. That's the way they roll, right? And so having a guy who's, basically right now an out, which Yelich is, he was 0 for 12, and he just is wandering in the desert.
Yeah, and it looks like he's changed his stance up a little bit. Looks like he's trying a couple of different things that are more noticeable, Drew, but he is grasping at some straws.
Mm.
I have a question. When Murph says something like, what do you want me to do, bat him 7th? Doesn't he feel like to you, and he didn't say it last night, but doesn't he feel like to you like one of the few guys that question's only like 75% rhetorical? Like he's almost wondering, what do you guys think I should do? Like he's thinking out loud. So maybe he was considering it more than we thought. But I think it's the idea that you want to change something to see if you can spark it.
Again, my recipe: put him in the outfield.
I don't mind that idea at all. I
Let
kind
him
of
play
like
the
it.
outfield. Like let Churio DH, get him a day off his legs, and then let Yelich just give him something else to focus on. That's just me, and I'm an idiot. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
No, but I
That's
mean,
just my
because last year it definitely did spark something. I don't know, Drew, how much of it is health related. Like, has he been told? Have you been told that you can't play him in the outfield? Like, have you been told that you pretty much can't do it because of the back and the latest surgery? Because has he played a game out there yet this year? Maybe one or two. But a year ago, and I think going into spring training, again, Hunter would be able to correct me on all the timings of this. It was 2 years ago when Quentin Berry was here, when he did the dedication to, I am going to be an outfielder again. I'm sick and damn tired of getting taken out late in games defensively because I can't field. He's like, I'm not doing that anymore. Worked at it. And again, he's not going to become the Gold Glover that he one time won in Miami, but at least he was serviceable, to say the least, out there. I wouldn't be surprised if they would try it. The only thing is, it would be at least a little bit of a boost to know that it's not a health problem, right? Like that he could health-wise go on out there and do it. And maybe it does jolt something, because as much as you don't want to sit there and sulk, it's hard not to when it's the only thing you do.
And also because I think with the health part of it, in the back of my mind when he struggles, it's usually a health, like it's usually because he wasn't healthy the last 4 years. Like the times he didn't struggle, it's because the back was bothering him. We just didn't know it yet. So I've kind of been wondering that too, but that's a good point, Billy. It's almost funny though. What if it worked? Like what if you put him in left? He gets some hits.
He's played 2 games in left field this year, 1 start. He's played 11 innings of left field.
What if it works, and then what do you do? Keep him out there and left.
No, I mean,
no, I know.
You mess around with it, though.
You mess around with it, right? And the thing is, there's also one thing. It's funny to me is the Brewers are the only team that never designated an official captain, but the Brewers always refer to him as a cat. Like you say, take the C patch off. Well, he's never had one. Levering always calls him the captain. Maybe they should give him that vote of confidence, give him the official captain's designation for the first time in Brewers history. Put the C on his patch and see if that, like, hey, you know what? We're affirming you as our guy still. All right, so don't even worry about it anymore. Who knows? It's just the thought in the back of my mind, because the thing is, like, what can you change? What can you do differently to spark it on or off the field? It's just a thought I had too. Some of my shower thoughts.
When I watch Yelich, the 2 quotes resonate from the past. One, a conversation I had with Robin Yount when he said, if you play a long time in this game, there's going to be long chunks where you just suck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
especially if you play 20 years. Like, you're going to have months where you're just bad. Yelich is in his 14th season.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going through like an extended period where he sucks. And he knows it, and he's talked about it. And he's had 2 weeks where he sucked, and he's had time, but he's sucked for a long time.
It's an extended period.
It's an extended period, which is, again, part of playing a long time. Okay. And then how do you work your way out of it? And when you get out of the desert, what's it like? Then the other quote that is Ned Yost telling me what Bobby Cox taught him is, like, when you get to a point where you can't stand watching a guy anymore, give him another week or 10 days. Because it's baseball.
Keep grinding.
And they'll eventually do what they normally do. And he's like, you just ride, the slumps are part of the game. And again, like, get him out of there. Like Derek Whitewater Bailey, bench him, let him ride the pine. Well, that'll help him break out.
Yeah, it won't. Yeah, that'll definitely make
just
the
release him then
better.
and eat the money and then play somebody else.
I
That's,
think, And I think when people say that, they're worried about, like, the impact of the team. Like, they say, we can't have this whole lot, but the Brewers can afford it right now. Like you want to keep winning games.
The number 1 team in baseball if they had him off the team.
You want to keep winning games because we have to make sure they keep the Cubs at bay, and you want the bye and all that stuff. So it's not like the games don't matter.
If you've lost 10 in a row and Yelich is struggling like this, then you may be like thinking about making a change. You're looking for anything to put the paddles to the whole operation.
Yeah, you're not desperate,
but you're not losing.
Right. Yeah, you're not desperate.
You can
for
ride this out.
Right. That's the point.
And you can let him, like, if Brandon Woodruff were still healthy and he was in the road and he was struggling, like, you'd keep running him out there.
Yeah, you keep giving him chances.
Figure it out.
Like, also,
how they gave Brandon Sproat 4 months of chances.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point too. The other one is, if there wasn't a time where you've seen him go from average to below average player, and then be able to rock it back up into a highly productive player.
Exactly.
Like the 2020, 2021, and start of 2022 were kind of as bad as this. I mean, some of them may have been just as bad, maybe a little bit better. But he was a 700 OPS player there for 2.5 years, and then quickly balloons back up. And makes another All-Star team. And my man got MVP votes a year ago. Like, that's one of the strangest things that you would see. But I understand the frustration. Nobody's more frustrated, though, and I know this doesn't help anybody. No one's more frustrated about than Yelich. So as difficult as it is, and as mad as you are on the couch or in Section 229 watching it, it's not helping anybody, and definitely not him. Just I know it. You would feel better if he sat on the bench. But I think if that's the only thing that's going to make it feel better, then just stop watching his at-bats. Then just go somewhere else and turn off the television when he hits. Because he's going to be there. Drew, if they play 7 games in the week, maybe he's going to play 5. But it's not all of a sudden where he's just going to be relegated to the Matt Stairs pinch hit role.
Yep, that ain't happening.
It is funny because when you talk about it that way, Billy, you do think back to, and it doesn't feel as long ago as it is, but it was that long ago. Like after COVID, that's when he first, since his MVP years, had those kind of struggles because we were expecting that certain level of play, and he was getting litigated by the fan base every day. Every single day, Yelich was trending. I remember this. Like every at-bat, everyone's like, Yelich, oh, he looked like he swung and missed again. Like it was so much to endure that he had to overcome eventually, and he did have a few really good years. Last year, almost had 30 homers. I mean, think about all that he went through to have a power surge like he did again last year. So I think that's part of it too. Is like you had hope that you can continue to get this level of play from Yelich forever and ever. And the first time you don't, it's like, all right, well, now this is a problem. But it had been such a standard for a long time, and he's shown you many times he's come back out of it. So I still think there's a streak in him, a hot streak. There's a couple months where better play is bound to come, and I think we're about to get it. I hope at least. And maybe that's hoping against hope, but we'll see. And who knows? Maybe this is the year where he has the best playoffs of his life.
Hey, we can hope.
Because that's been the kind of the struggle with it too. So, but I don't know. The whole question about it and the hot take started with the booing and things like that. You can do whatever you want as a fan, but I will, and Billy always jokes about this. I like to tell you how to fan sometimes. I don't think it's going to help him to boo. And when Pat's saying, go out and give him some encouragement, I think that does go a long way sometimes. So I don't know if it's a standing.
Here's Derek from Whitewater. This is a good take.
Yeah, take it. Let's go.
Yeah. He hasn't done anything. Yelich hasn't done anything in years ever since he attacked a fan by the name of Roxanne. Then the stadium played the song comparing Roxanne to a prostitute when Yelich came up to bat.
Come on,
Karma
Derek.
sucks.
Come on, Derek. You
Derek,
don't really mean that. You don't believe that.
He hit 29 homers and drove in 103, but he hasn't done anything.
I don't even think Derek believes
that was last year. Like you're just.
He's just tapping the cage. You don't even believe that,
attacked
Derek.
a fan.
Attacked
Attacked a fan when he
Everyone
said,
loved
relax,
that.
Roxanne.
I will
Even
say that had to
Roxanne-
feel good to type.
I'm sure even Roxanne loved that wherever she was. Everyone thought
Yes,
that was funny.
that was a funny moment. And he didn't put the song on.
He wrote "Relax, Roxanne" on an internet
On a
app.
tweet,
He didn't
yeah.
attack anybody. Okay.
Didn't attack anybody. Relax. Yeah. And again, like
Relax,
he's going
Roxanne.
through it. He's going through it. And
Sorry,
that's,
I just attacked a listener.
Yeah.
Relax, Derek. Did I
Yeah, but
attack
yeah,
you?
relax, Derek. Like Derek, come on. Like, yeah, he hasn't done anything except for other than last year when he had pretty good season, put up the numbers, 29 and 103, right?
That song's about a prostitute. I never knew that. Is that what he's talking about? Roxanne?
Yeah.
That's when he said you just want to party all
You don't
night.
have to sell your body to the night.
I never looked at. I never looked at the lyrics.
You don't have to put on the red light.
that
You've
the
never
lyric?
heard the song?
I heard the song. I never listened to the lyrics in my life.
Oh my God, Armen.
Red light. I think I remember that from Rock Band. Was that Guitar Hero, Billy? I'm sorry. I didn't even realize until right now it was about a prostitute.
The first lyric, Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body to the night.
Yeah, it makes
That's
sense.
about a prostitute?
No way, Armen.
No way.
Don't play the whistle song by Flo Rida. That one's one's about something.
You don't have to
else.
wear that dress tonight, walk the streets for money. You don't care if it's wrong or if it's right.
Pretty obvious.
It's pretty obvious, Armen.
Well, my point is I never actually listened to the lyrics. That
Met her
just
in a
shows
party in the hills.
Yeah.
Just want to do it for the thrills.
I
Yeah, there's
have
a
to
lot
tell
of
you how
thrills
I
in that
feel.
one. That's for sure.
I loved you since I knew you. I wouldn't talk down to you. I have to tell you just how I feel. I won't trade with another boy. I know my mind is weighed up, so put away your makeup.
Sure. Sorry, buddy.
That's kind of sad when you think about it. All right. I never knew. All right, now we know. Now we know about Roxanne. That's great.
Oh my God.
See, that's what I counted you for.
The Village people were just guys who like to dress up and hang out together.
Oh, man.
And they liked working out at the YMCA.
YMCA, you can get a good meal, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Get yourself clean. Get yourself clean.
Oh, man.
Holy cow. Armen, you're the best, dude.
It's because I never listened to the lyrics really that seriously.
Okay, all right.
I'm just,
that's so
They're kind of right up front. I don't know how you missed that
well,
one.
no, it's this
so
riff.
good.
It's this riff that you hear all the time.
Yeah.
And then it's just,
Eddie Murphy sang it in 48 hours, I think.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Good to
Okay.
know.
877-794-1973. Scott Dolphins coming in. We've got Glazers. At least Armen brought some Glazers for us. Armen's the Billy Mumphrey of the program, the cockeyed optimist. He's sure that Yelich is going to break
Where did they
out.
find that glaze?
What do you say
Come on, Roxanne.
about Yelich, and what can you do? Like, again, you got to keep playing him for now because he's part of the blueprint. He's part of the DNA of this team, and you're winning.
You are winning. That is also the
winning.
part of
You have
it.
the best record in baseball, which allows you to let him find his way. And at any given time on a team, there's 2 or 3 guys that are the mayor of Slump City. They're vying for the title, and then other guys are hot.
Yeah.
Churio's been cold. Last night he was good. The Brewers won in large part because of Jackson Churio. At some point, Christian Yelich will help the Brewers win a game.
Contreras for the last month has been very, very happy that there's a Christian Yelich in the lineup.
Yeah.
It keeps the eye away from his 530 OPS and 170 average.
Point.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
Exactly. Oh, boy. From the 608, Armen, did you know the song Center Field is about baseball?
That's good.
Dolphins next. We've reached halftime of both the week and the program. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. This portion of the Huddle brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. Check them out online, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Find out about all their services. Find a clinic near you. Sign up for that consult and get started. See if they can change your life at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Halftime of the week, halftime of the program. Scott Dolphin is our halftime correspondent. We just had a lighthearted moment, Dolph, because we were talking about Christian Yelich and his slump, and one of our listeners said it goes back to when he had that Relax Roxanne moment, when he changed his walk-up song to Roxanne, and Armen, for the first time, learned that that song is an ode to a prostitute.
Never knew. Never knew what it was about, because I never listened to the lyrics, really. And Jeffrey from Milwaukee on the text line says he agrees he didn't know either because he could never understand the lyrics.
Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. Those days are over. You don't have to sell your body tonight. I don't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, but
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's a deep.
It's really veiled.
But that's the Police, right? So was Sting singing during that time with the Police?
Sting was singing for the entire
So he's in that
breadth
high
of the
falsetto.
Police's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame career. Sting.
Right,
was.
I like Sting a lot. All right, Fields of
Yeah.
Gold, all that. But he's singing that high falsetto. You don't know what he's singing. You can't hear the lyrics.
Oh, stop.
Oh, my God.
Quit trying to use big words at 6:27 on a Wednesday morning to walk yourself out of this paper bag.
And Derek in Whitewater said that Yelich hasn't done anything since. And this happened when he was at the peak of his powers in 2019. He appeared in the ESPN The Body issue naked, and she ripped him and she wrote a letter to the paper or something like ripping him, saying
Letter to the
All right,
editor.
she
Yes,
put it
that's
on
right.
she put it on social and stuff, saying it was distasteful and he shouldn't have done it. It was, I don't know, anti-Christian, no pun intended, or whatever. She didn't like that he appeared nude.
Hated
Distasteful.
how it was,
and
distasteful to
he
fans and
replied,
kids.
"Relax, Roxanne," and then they played the walk-up song, the Roxanne, and it was funny. And then a couple months later, they exchanged holiday greetings like online and stuff. It was all
It was
nice.
great.
It was very
And
cordial, yeah.
you know, agree to disagree. But yeah, Yelich has done plenty since then.
He did plenty last year, didn't he? He had a pretty good
29 and 103.
Pretty
Yeah.
good. Pretty dang
Billy
Pretty good.
points out he had MVP votes last
He had
year.
more MVP points than Bryce Terang did a year ago.
That's right.
Which was not right, but still, I understand
Just had to
why.
hear the reaction. Yeah.
Well, I just think it's funny. I mean, Bryce Terang's going to roll up and get a 7 WAR this year, but that's not the point right now.
Yeah, his defense is pretty good.
Well, I'm
but
just
in any event, Yelich is struggling, and we're drop him in the lineup, bench him, and we're just trying to well, if only he was playing better, they might have the best record in. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Good point. It was painful though watching him last night, especially on the one at bat where he was just fishing for everything that was, they knew what he was going to do. Everything was bending down into towards his knees, and he was swinging and missing by a lot on every pitch.
It was reminding me of Corey Hart trying to hit that low and outside
Oh,
sinker.
yeah.
Just every single time that big 6'6" frame was not coming close to it.
You knew what was going to happen.
And that's what we've been telling people, Dolph, like the squawking about the lineup and drop him down in the lineup. And don't you remember Jory Ortiz batting ninth, and every day he'd come up with the bases loaded? The lineup finds you. Baseball is baseball.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
the way it
absolutely.
works.
Absolutely.
If you're going to strike out, it's okay. Well, yeah, strikeouts are bad when there's nobody on base, but with the bases loaded, they're magnified.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, you've been around these guys long enough. Has anybody ever told you something that has worked? Has there been?
Oh, yeah, cut the head off a live chicken.
Yeah, sure.
Just going to say, do we get
Toronto.
Jobu?
Right.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Yeah, it's well, and Hardecourt always said when a team's was struggling, you got to kick the crap out of somebody 1-0. You need a well-pitched game, and that's how you get out of an offensive slump as a team. You win a 1-0 game, and it's antithetical. But baseball works in mysterious ways.
Have been winning lately.
And the way the game is built, like we said yesterday, you can hit 109 off the bat right into the shortstop's glove, or you can get squeezed to have your bat shattered into 1,000 pieces and get a base hit. There's it's no rhyme or reason.
Well,
to
in
it,
that
really.
part of it, from Yelich, I think of last year when he has the game with the euchre bat, right? And he hits the homer in the first at bat, and all he's laughing about is, you probably would have liked that one that I sawed off down the line for a double play more than a homer.
That would have been the one he would have liked.
Because that's baseball, and you're gonna the game's gonna find you. That's why I like the defensive one, because you can guarantee if they put him in left field, 2 of the first 3 balls hit in the air are going right to him.
Of course.
Right? The ball's going to find you and try to get you
Always.
into the game. It might be something to shock the system, work everything up, and get yourself rolling. Like you said, also get a lather going. I mean, there's only so many balls you can hit in the cage.
Similar to football, right, Billy? Where you got to get your bell, not necessarily get your bell rung, but one big smack to wake you up.
For sure.
Get everything, get the head cleared out.
You're
That's
not
what
good
Jim
until you
Kelly-
get one of those.
Yeah, that's what Jim Kelly used to say. He wasn't into the game until he got smacked.
So he got
in the
hit,
back, yeah.
and then he start to wake up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's
It is. It's frustrating, but he's not the only guy slumping. They've had other guys, like we said, Contreras, Churio until last night.
Yeah,
Churio till last
How
night.
long
no
had it
doubt.
been since Churio had a home run?
It was
July
July
4th.
4th. Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the 4th of July was the last one that he ended up hitting.
And the way and listen, this is the way I approach it. It's like, well, you were winning in the meantime. You're in great shape, and those three are bound to hit. So you're about to get those guys spiking at the right time. That's the way I think of it. It's a positive way to look at it.
Just win, baby.
You know, why not?
And when you have Logan Henderson do what he did last night,
That's
you
the
can
thing.
probably win with 3 or 4 runs.
And Logan Henderson, 1-0 since the trade deadline. Tarek Skubal,
0-1
since the trade
Right.
deadline. Just pointing that one out.
That's
just let
right.
that one sit
I think
right there.
both went 6 innings, 2 earned runs, but Skubal we hold to a higher standard, so that's why I like laying him up on it.
and-
And he was wearing the blue Dodger uniform. I don't like it's all messed up.
It's
Yeah,
interesting
can't put
because
him in
the
that.
Dodgers playing the Cubs, it's just so perfect that it was his Scubal's first start
Yes.
for them. But like, who do you root for in that? Because the
That's
Brewers
tough.
want to have the best record
Oh, you
in
root for the
ball,
Dodgers. You root for the Dodgers. I
and
think.
they
That's
want to
interesting.
distance themselves from the Cubs.
Yeah, but you want to win the division, don't you? First and foremost. I mean, sure, it'd be great to have home field advantage, but it's still going to be the Dodgers. Which
But
are
you
gonna
have
be
a bigger
nightmare.
cushion in the. I guess you
got
want to
a
be
bigger
top.
cushion.
You
Yep.
want to be top 2.
That's the one. I definitely just want to be top 2.
I'd
But there is a
still-
part of me that, to Dahl's point, I almost don't want to have the home field because I want to steal one on the road and then not have to
Then
come back.
and
Like,
not
that's
come
where
back.
the 2-3-2 in baseball has been a little bit different.
That's a
And
good
with Miz
point.
on the mound, you certainly have as good a
That's
chance as
true.
anybody of stealing one
It
on
is
the road.
funny though because we were talking about that right before the show. It's like the mental the duality, as Billy brought up, was a good point of like. My instinct was to cheer against the Cubs. So I was like, man, they beat the Dodgers. But then it's like, maybe that's good. And that really, the basis of that is where have your expectations shifted as a Brewers fan? Because it used to be division was first and foremost, always on your mind first, right? And the rest would just take care of itself. Don't worry about that until it comes. But now it's like, you know what? We won the division. Our sights are set on bigger things. We have to start thinking about bigger things, and that would be what best home field or bye, maybe home field, all those things. So it is pretty interesting because the Cubs are putting the pressure on.
They are.
And they're keeping the pressure on.
That's why, for me, it's always the Cubs are going to be first priority. Keep them in the rearview mirror, and they seem to, be just kind of hanging back there. Brewer schedule coming up. They got to go to L.A. and San Diego on the same road trip. It's gonna be difficult. So yeah, keep that padding ahead of the Cubs, and I'd root for the Dodgers 10 times out of 10 against the Cubs.
I think Levering had the best way of putting it last night to Mark A when they were doing the interview, which also Mark A brought some runs. We always love that when the owner brings runs into the booth. He had said, he's like, could it just go like 25 innings and then they have to suspend the game because of light, and then all of a sudden some rain comes through and then they might have to just make it up in 3 weeks? That would be the best way of it happening. But I did cook up my favorite dream scenario last night was Skubal get chased early, lit up, and then that brand newly rebuilt Cubs bullpen is the one that blows it.
Yeah,
that would have been sweet to be able to have everybody go home a little bit sad.
Well, you know what? That would be. And don't look now. I mean, we had this persecution fantasy with the Dodgers being the all everything, but they've lost 5 in a row. So
yeah,
hey, maybe there's the cushion we need for that for that bye. Although you got to make sure you take care of your own business.
Yeah.
And the Brewers have fastest of 70 wins in franchise history.
Amazing with so many kids. I mean, this is a team getting it done. Did you see the stat they flashed last night? What, they're 70-some RBIs by 20 kids that are 22 and under?
Yeah,
I mean,
nuts.
Laura,
Pretty wild.
Laura and Cooper Pratt are both doing their job. You know,
Hunter gave us an interview from Kyle Harrison, and he turns 25 next week.
Wow.
And he's on his 3rd team in the big leagues, and he's been through a little bit, but still you feel like he's real young and just scratching the surface of how good he's going to be. And then Logan Henderson's pitched, like 14, 15 games this year and never given up more than 3 runs?
That's pretty wild to have.
That's nuts.
You could tell us more about the Cal Eldred run, but like they put up all the numbers up there of the guys that had just started their career, and Cal was the only one whose start has been better than him.
Cal was insane.
He came up in 92 and won like his first 11.
Cal was Skeens like when he arrived. Like, he's just the Iowa kid throwing heaters and like
Iowa Hawkeye.
He was,
I don't think he ever reached that run again. Am I
No.
wrong? He was good.
No, I think did he get a ring with the Cardinals late in his career?
Maybe I'll look that up.
they kind of blew him out, and he was he was kind of like a tipping point guy, and we better start counting pitches because they let him get like 140, 150, and they kind of blew him out. Like then it was like, let's.
The Brewers had finally a pennant race for the first. It was like back then you had win the division was hard. 92, it's the Blue Jays, so they needed every bit of it at that point to go for it, and they tried.
Maybe one of the things I probably shouldn't admit on the radio. I did not know who Cal Eldred was until I heard his name in an episode of one of those great rerun Charms episodes that my mom would always make me watch. He was one of the focal points of there was a Cal Eldred episode where Alyssa Milano has like a whole, I can't remember the whole thing, but she like almost was supposed to kill him. Like it was a wild deal.
Well,
listen, you wake up at 5:30 in the morning and you watched Inside the NBA last night. Yeah. TNT was gonna be on, and at some point I always lost the remote, so I watched a lot of those.
That is nuts.
Looks like he missed the World Series by 1 year. Last year was 2005 with the Cardinals, and they won in 06.
Oh, okay.
I think that was their 83 win.
So in 93, Eldred threw 258 innings across 36 starts.
Wow.
And it wasn't just 258 innings. Like he had massive pitch counts, like massive.
He faced 1,087 batters that year, which led baseball. But he was really good those first few years. He had that Teddy Higuera type run.
That country hardball, as Rock used to say about him. He's throwing that country hardball.
His nickname was Corn Pone.
Corn Pone. And there's a group of those guys. And you had Wegman, who was also a hard thrower on that team in 92. And then, of course, Navarro and Bazio. So they were all about having big Hoss starting pitchers go long in games because the Brewers didn't hit any home runs that year, if I remember right. They were like they had the least. It was like this team, the 92 Brewers, like had the least amount of home runs or one of the least in the league, but had a really good year because they had all those great pitching performances.
It is fun to see the old size of pitchers. Right. On the little Brewer Guess Who game, they have Pete Vukovich.
Oh yeah,
that's a different one for the youth to be able to see compared to the guys that are starting
I got
now.
Cal Eldred's 93. He was 92. He came on and he was gangbusters. 93, he was still a stud. But the pitch counts. This is when they started keeping track. April in his first start, he threw 97 pitches. Then 84, 95, and then his fourth start of the season, 121. Then as we get into mid-May, pitch count 143, 116, 140, 116, 134, 112, 103. You get into July in the dog days, 122, 122, 120, 142, 135.
I mean, this is crazy
144, 149. August 30th, 154 pitches.
Jeez. This is like multiple starts going 140 plus pitches. They would never do that anymore.
Unheard of.
130, 127. And his penultimate start in September, 142 pitches, 109. So he threw 4,000 pitches in a year.
It's like Cy Young throwing both ends of a doubleheader.
Phil Gardner didn't care. That was his first year, and he goes, "We're going."
Well,
for it.
no one. Yeah, but they weren't counting pitches then. No. He was one of the cautionary tales. Like we better not let this guy throw so many pitches. And he was deep in counts, struck guys out, but he was the guy that was like
nuts.
That turned the tide in the industry. They realized, we had this guy that with the golden arm, and we kind of burned him out. Maybe we ought to look at how we're using him. Now it's going the other way, where they got high school kids that they stop at 60 pitches, and the guys can't see the sixth inning anymore.
Or the guy could be all world and sorry, you're not going to pitch in the playoffs. We're shutting you down in September.
Yeah,
man, that's interesting.
It's absolutely wild. Yeah, that was the cautionary tale of Cal Eldred.
I'm gonna watch some old Cal Eldred games today, man.
I just knew who he was because not too many Iowa Hawkeyes go to the major
University
leagues.
of Iowa.
And he's born and raised in that same area there.
A good dude. I had good interactions with Cal over the years.
He's an Iowa guy. Iowa nice, right?
Iowa nice. Yeah.
What was his name? Corn Dog.
Corn Pone.
Corn Pone.
I like Corn Dog.
They call him Corn Fed, Corn Pone.
Yeah, you'd be getting a Corn Pone coming up this weekend, maybe.
Corn Fed, Corn Pone. Yeah.
They might have one at the State Fair.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Well, jeez.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't know.
Golly, man. It's a family show.
I didn't know what corn pone meant.
Chill out back there.
I didn't know what Roxanne meant. I don't know what corn pone meant.
I don't know what your search history is looking like in the last 20 minutes after listening
It's Cal Eldred baseball reference. Don't worry.
You speaking of State Fair, did you see they announced the Sporky winners? Are you going to go get a Birria ball, Armen?
I thought about that. You read about that.
We read off some of them.
Looks good.
That looks phenomenal.
It does.
Dolph, I'm always a favor to a little bit of the ice cream. If there's a sport that's got some ice cream, you're going to struggle to not see me over there. But I'm going to be checking that one.
What's your feeling when they combine savory and sweet? Because that happens a lot with these Sporkies, where you get a mashed potato and roast beef sundae.
Yeah, I'm there, and I'm definitely giving it a shot. I think the interesting one, and Drew mentioned, is like when you start deep frying stuff that would melt. That's where I've never been great with. Like even the Snickers bar, the deep fried Snickers, that should be melting in the heat. I don't love exactly how it works, but I'll try it.
Sporkies have gotten really creative over the last couple of years. For a while there, you had the Krispy Kreme cheeseburger, stuff like that, which was okay. I remember when I thought they had jumped the shark when I think it was the Bud Pavilion had the deep fried beer.
Yes.
People were scalding their chins when they bit into boiling hot beer.
But don't you wonder if we're ever going to run out of ideas?
Yeah,
like
of
this?
course.
I always wonder that. So it's like, all right.
I don't know, man. 420 happens every day.
Yeah, that's a good
The
point.
Wake and Bake story hits every day. Like that is where I sit back and think, like, how cooked could you get to cook some of this?
Well, how about a THC infused Sporky of some sort?
Damn bell.
Well, I mean,
hit that bell.
Rob, Chris, your assignment is clear.
That's it.
We made a lot of Sporky winners in college, I'll tell you that much. Those cosmic brownies.
If they can make Mountain Dew dunkers, they can make
You could fire something like that up.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Can you see people coming down from Rhinelander or what, Ashford and some 75-year-old woman trying a THC infused Sporky that was, I don't know whatever. Pick your poison.
Meemaw caught a clip.
You caught one, dude. I'm already thinking there's places where they'd be selling a sausage and mushroom pizza. Talk about changing that one up, and it wouldn't taste as bad as it used to.
What's your go-to fair food, Dolph? What do you have? What's the first thing you go to?
We always go because my wife loves Charlie's corn dogs. We have to get the handmade, homemade corn dog first time in the fair from Charlie's. It's got to be from Charlie's. I don't even know where Charlie's is out of.
Ooh,
but they have the best corn dogs.
Got to get that Lions Club corn on the cob.
That's a good one. Is that New Berlin?
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember, honestly, who makes it.
New Berlin Lions Club used to do the great pancake breakfast out there, too.
Oh,
I don't know if they still do.
That used to be a phenomenal one when you were working at the fair. Yes. And you picked up the breakfast ones working at the fair because you knew those boys are going to be up early and this thing is going to be getting me through to lunch.
Yeah. I love State Fair. We don't get there. Summerfest, I'll go every day. State Fair, I get there at least 2 or 3 times. My wife and I go and try all the Sporkies. And then I always have to see Here Come the Mummies, who are there this weekend. If you've never seen that band. My God, it's funk. It's a lot of innuendo, but they are unbelievably talented, and they're mummies. They're mummies. I remember the first time I saw them was on Halloween night on the Conan O'Brien show, probably 20-some years ago, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching here? They're mummies, and they're incredibly talented, playing every instrument. And
they're fun to watch.
They're at the amphitheater?
They're at the Bank 59 Amphitheater.
In the middle of the grounds,
Friday and Saturday night.
They played Summerfest a couple times.
They have, and it's nuts, the crowd.
Take a happy place and watch that show.
I was thinking a lot about it.
They come out to this, Egyptian drum, and then they come out and they all go to the mics and go, and then they just break into this soul funk show that just it'll blow your way.
How have I never heard of this?
You got to go see Here Come the Mummies.
You learn something new every day.
I'm trying to get down.
I just had a flashback because a couple years ago I went to State Fair with our buddy Chef Adam Pavlak.
Oh yeah.
And we got to go get the London broil. Like eating with Adam, I don't know how he does it, but that dude walked around and gets like one of everything, and he's sampling stuff. But the London broil from the Butcher Boys, right over by where the Bucks thing used to be. Like
sure,
Bucks,
yes. Yep.
All right, I'll try that.
Man. Oh yeah.
I saw what Adam was cooking up this weekend. His Rib Fest that he had.
Oh yeah, I didn't go.
Ribs and ribeyes or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't go. It was ridiculous.
Boy, that looked unbelievable.
No doubt.
All right,
no
let's
doubt.
get some of that.
Yeah, but
correct.
That London broil is thinly sliced beef piled high onto the roll is really good, and then melted cheese, sautéed bell peppers, and onions. It's a simple sandwich, but it's delicious.
Armen would tell you he could get that at Arby's later on.
Well,
today.
isn't that a Philly cheesesteak? No, I mean the London broil.
It's just the way they do it, man. I don't know. It's something about the way they marinate the meat and stuff and shave it up.
I'm down with that.
Shave it right in front of you. So yeah, that's a go-to.
Usually got to pay
All the
extra for
go-tos.
that.
Yeah, exactly. So Dolph, we go back to where we started. That Armen didn't know that the song Roxanne was about a prostitute.
I never thought of it.
Hey Armen, when you hear the phrase red light, it generally connotes, illicit
a little bit of
activity.
an Amsterdam situation.
Armen, the best version of that song was Eddie Murphy in, was it 48 Hours?
Yes,
yeah.
he's singing it. That's his first time on the screen.
I never saw
He's
that
singing
movie.
Roxanne.
Yes, he's got the headphones on. It's like bad karaoke.
It's
What
great.
a welcome to the screen.
Yes, it's
awesome.
Epic, absolutely
It's awesome.
epic. Dolph, thanks for dropping by.
right,
Always
fellas.
appreciate the levity, and it's halftime. We're over the hump on Hot Take Hump Day. We're over the hump on the show, more than halfway in the can, and we are also halfway through the week. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Huddled up on a Wednesday. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you. Thanks to Dolph for dropping in. As always, time for Who's Hot, Who's Not, brought to us by Donovan Jorgensen Heating and Cooling. And who's not? Top of the list. We just saw him on the Sports Center highlight scroll.
My goodness.
Freddie Peralta made his debut with the Rays and gave up a touchdown, gave up a grand slam, 7 runs, but they still won 9-7. Welcome to Coors Field.
I was just going to say, a Coors Field special to have your deadline acquisition, your big new starter, get chased in the 4th, and you still come back and win it that way.
His pitching line in Coors Field, where he made a stellar debut. Remember that?
Yeah, 13 Ks, baby. Come on now.
3 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk.
My goodness.
Yeah, but you know what? It is Colorado. So, and you won the game. So if you're waking up this morning, on Tampa Bay Sports Radio, that's what
his ERA with the Mets was 4.99.
iHeart WDAE there.
Yeah,
all right.
4.99.
Look at you, company guy.
I just had to look
firing out the call letters and everything. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, those bad numbers though, Drew. No doubt.
Maybe Freddie will sign a 1-year looky-loo deal with the Brewers to come back next year. Would you even want him?
Do you think he's allowing himself to think about just the millions he's losing? That's a tough thing to think about.
I don't know how you don't think about it.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Like at some point, it's got to creep into your mind. You're doing everything to push it out of your mind.
Especially the way he signed that team-friendly contract to start his career. Not that he didn't still get, it goes both ways, and he made money from it.
He was the best bargain in baseball for a long time.
Oh, man. He probably thought, all right, my time is coming, to quote Scottie Pippen. And it might still be, but it might not be the time he thought it was going to be because he's struggling this year.
No doubt.
He's made like $23 million in his career, which is what guys that pitch like he did the last 4 years in Milwaukee making a season.
Making a season.
At least, yeah.
That's what 500,000 more than Woody made in 1 year.
They signed him to a
22.5
5-year, $15.5 million extension in February of 2020. And they had club options that got him up to $8 million this year. But yeah, man.
That's a
So that's not hot. Who's hot, Billy? Anybody hot?
Who's hot? How about the Houston Astros? They've won 8 of 10. They are completely now into first place and flipping the script there in the AL West. And don't look now. San Diego made those moves. Brewers are going to go out there for 3. They're probably going to face Robbie Ray, who I really wanted at the deadline, then potentially Skubal. They've won 8 of their last 10, and the Padres ended up winning again last night, 9-4 over the D-backs. Rolling. And I got a great superhero of the day that she was potentially going to go in the hot category. Can't disrespect Mama Lombard. A remarkable night last night. We'll tell you about in hour 3.
Excellent. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. The Brewers are baseball's first 70-win team. A great milestone when the boss is there watching.
To the day. Take a touch every 3 months.
Drive to center by Vaughn, and Henry A. gives the Brewers the lead. It was Vaughn who homered when Billy Aaron was in the booth. And now Henry A. homers with Vaughn at the plate. It's 2-1.
Mark Atanasio with the assist on the call on Brewers TV. The final score 4-2. Milwaukee with the win. The Brewers now 70-43 on the season. Newcomer Antonio Senzatella pitched a hitless inning in relief. Of course, the Brewers wanted Tarek Skubal. Turns out maybe they didn't. He takes the loss in the Cubs' 5-1 win at Wrigley Field over the Dodgers. Skubal did have a quality start, though. 2 earned runs over 6 innings of work in his Dodgers debut. The Brewers' lead over the Cubs in the Central remains 5.5 games. The final hour of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love with the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with a number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on 1. Ready, be alert for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 jet. You got to cut and crack. Now it's cut and crack. Red, right, 18 bob on 1. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
We got exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all we got more y'all do. Let's go out and kick some tail. Right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. You just gonna sit our guys after and make the play.
B right, all the way outside. Y left, fake 396 bag. B hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
The Huddle, Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin, Drew, Billy, and Armen. Thanks to Hunter for that intro. Thanks to Hunter for his contributions today. Thanks to all of you for being 7 o'clock club members. We welcome one and all to the party. Facebook, X, and YouTube. 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, iHeartRadio app. As always, take us with you wherever you go. We're having some fun with some hot takes. Time for a little current electric superhero of the day, though, Billy. You've got a good one holstered up for us.
Got a good one, and whenever you can tip the cap to the mothers out there, I always want to do so. And yesterday was a hell of a day for one Judy Lombard. Now, you might be wondering who that is.
All right, Judy.
Judy had herself a heck of a day as she was sitting there at Yankee Stadium watching her son, George Jr., alongside former outfielder George Lombard, watching George Lombard Jr., the highly ranked top prospect in the Yankees organization, make his major league debut. While they were waiting for George to come up to the plate, Judy was doing what a lot of travel ball moms have done. Watching one game on the phone while you're at the game at the other one. As she's watching Jacob, about an hour into the Yankees game last night, crush his first home run in his professional debut about 1,000 miles south of Yankee Stadium in a single-A game in Jupiter, Florida. Jacob Lombard hit a hanging breaking ball in his second plate appearance out. The same night that in his second plate appearance in his major league debut, George Lombard Jr. went yard. So within about an hour of each other, they both were making debuts yesterday, both going yard, and only the person that could smile bigger than dad was mom. Because as much as George Lombard Sr., I think, had a lot to do in the travel ball scene of these two young guys having last night happen, it ain't happening without mama. Come on, Judy. Congratulations, Judy Lombard. Congrats. Phenomenal day. Our current electric superhero of the day. Baseball moms, she just hit a pinnacle of it, and she is the hero here today. As George Jr. hits his first big league hit, Drew, goes into the left field bleachers.
And so Jacob makes his pro debut. Right. George makes his MLB debut. The parents were on the way to go watch Jacob, and he said, "No, I'm in the minor leagues, man. Go watch him in the big league game." So they go to that game, and then Jacob's playing, and there's a pitching change, and he looks on a TV screen like near the dugout and sees like what he sees his brother at the plate, and then he sees his parents hugging him. Oh my God, he must have done something. He must have gone yard. So he like saw it happen.
Saw it, then went.
And then George homered, and now the parallels here. They both hit homers in their second plate appearance. Both off of breaking balls. George's was 33 degrees of launch angle, 100.2 miles an hour. Jacobs was 33 degrees, 99.9 miles an hour.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So they were right there against each other. They were both playing Cardinals affiliates.
That's crazy.
One was playing the Major League Cardinals. The other was playing the
Palm Beach Cardinals.
Palm Beach Cardinals.
Oh my God!
And it's their respective debuts for Major League Baseball and minor league baseball. That's just trippy.
That you can't get a better day than that. That is as weird and as much baseball is gonna baseball as you possibly can have. And again, you could see George ripping the sleeves on that shirt.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. You see that hug of George Sr.?
Oh, he was just.
My man is missing no buys and tries. He's missing no arm days. But he was celebrating that moment. And, I think Mom may have even been happier yesterday. That's crazy.
He's Hockey Lee-esque.
Yes, 100%. He might have ripped out 100 show push-ups right before that. Also, the Lombard family, just remarkable story here, and their entire family, as I was learning about it earlier on today. But a trippy way, and one that Wayne was very excited about George Lombard Jr. yesterday. He said they're calling him up. Probably going to go 0 for 4, but it is what it is. They can't hit at all. They can't hit at all, Billy. I don't know I've ever seen a lineup that has more automatic outs than that one.
Wayne, it's classic Wayne. Wayne is just so fatalist about the Yankees lineup.
They might be the best team in the American League.
No, not if he's wide. No,
but it's so good.
I don't know how they're going to make the playoffs.
That's
Armen.
outstanding.
That's what he told me. I love about that. It reminded me of. I'm trying to find the guy. It was he's kind of a career journeyman. He came up with the Yankees, and he was a Bronx kid, and he hit a homer, and his entire family was there, and they live right around the stadium, and they were mom was crying in the crowd because his kid hits a homer for the Yankees. I don't remember his name. It was a few years ago. Velasquez, maybe. I'll find it, but it reminded me of that, where you could see Mom and then the dreams going through and seeing it now he wasn't a big prospect or anything, but I think he came up at the end. I think he played.
Are you sure you're not miscalculating a Yankee thing for a Giants thing? And this being Tommy DeVito, who you're talking about?
No, it wasn't DeVito. It wasn't DeVito.
Because that's about it. That's again football version as good as it gets. Grows up a Giants fan. Hey, Tommy football's playing this weekend. He's playing for the Giants. Are you guys gonna come to the game on Sunday? We're gonna have some cutlets out there in the parking lot. You guys gonna come?
That was great too. It was a very similar situation.
That's awesome.
But I don't. He wasn't much of he didn't have a long career or anything, so I don't know if it's hard to find. I'll find it. I keep typing.
I'm glad you're putting yourself on that project.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. That, and I'm going to figure Roxanne out by the end of the day.
All right, Drew. He's going to be no good.
He's going to be
useless to us for the next 52 minutes.
877-794-1973. NicolayLaw.com talk and text line.
But superheroes.
What's your hot take?
Superheroes. Current Electric are some superheroes. Especially this week. You want to talk about making sure that after some storms that have rolled through the state, you need some generator conversation. You don't want to be left out in the dark. We are praying for all of you in Menasha. Drove by there. I know you mentioned it, Drew, when you guys talked to Butchie. Congratulations also to Butchie. Sold out basketball camp going on tomorrow. You can still make donations as well
awesome.
to help the Fox Valley out. But it is heartbreaking to see what's going on there in the Fox Valley, and they're going to be out without power for a long time. Don't let that preventative. We hope that never happens in your area, into your neighborhood, but keep your family safe as much as you can with a whole home standby generator. Current Electric can make that all happen. Call current.com. That's callcurrent.com.
We actually got to see Frank and Mariah from Current Electric yesterday.
That was awesome. And then they also went on the Packers stadium tour. They went on the Lambeau tour.
Mm-hmm.
Frank said he went to the Fenway tour. That's one that I feel like you have to go on.
I did that.
Yeah.
I have never been to Boston, and that is one of the things that I like. Lambeau, Fenway, those are some that I think you'd keep into that parallel of if you like walking around and seeing the nooks and crannies of a stadium, they're going to show it completely off.
I did that when it was I was 22 maybe. We went there, and I had my Carlos Villanueva Brewers t-shirt jersey on, and it's a very cool thing to be in that stadium. It's very unique. Unfortunately, the tour guy, I think, was getting annoyed with me because I kept answering her questions.
No way.
She's like, all right, who knows Ted Williams nicknames? And I kept doing it. I'm like, I'm just gonna stop. I think I'm ruining everyone's experience here. But it was fun to be there. It's a cool stadium.
He's that guy.
Yeah, I was.
I just love it. Oh my God.
Like Mom's like, wow, you know all these questions. I'm like,
I
"Mom,
did the.
these are easy questions.
We
Mom."
took the youngster last year, Drew, on the American Family Field tour, and we had an Armen on our tour, and I texted him in the middle of it. I'm like, you'd be going stride for stride with this guy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Coming
That was
in
good
from
stuff.
St. Louis, wanting to make sure that he had every question and every dad joke imaginable lined up. Oh, that's good.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. All right, keep them coming. 877-794-1973. Hot takes aplenty. We've been talking a lot about. Give it up to us about Yelich if you want to. Hot take from Packers camp from my observations
Come on, let's
yesterday,
go.
Billy. That Brandon Cisse kid can play.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
And if Carrington Valentine has hamstring issues or any other issues, I can envision a scenario where he's the week one starting.
Yeah, and he gets the first day, Drew, filling in for Keyshawn Nixon when he had the hammy, look good, and then validates it these last 2 days when Carrington Valentine's been out with his hammy issue. And now that you've put the pads on, that caveat's not there. And I think he's moved almost better when the pads have been on, which is kind of a tough thing to do when you're at that size. Drew, did it feel like to you on the sidelines, he feels a little bit bigger than the 6 foot 190 frame? Like he fills it out pretty well. And he's just
bigger, yeah.
Really a smooth athlete. Like, and he's going up mostly against Matthew Golden, who looks about as in control of his own body as I've ever seen somebody on the outside. His control is pretty impressive. And his route running right now feels as good as it's been. You just see a very, very confident cat there on the outside. And that's a tough thing to do 6 days into your pro career.
Very tough. And he just fluid, just like he just looks like he belongs.
And it also looks like he's going to be somebody that Jonathan Gannon's going to enjoy, because we got to see a double cat blitz earlier on in camp. We saw a couple of corner blitzes yesterday. That's a big win one. We also had a hot take here on the Talking Text line about Brandon Cisse. Not only will he be the starting corner, he will be top 3 in defensive rookie of the year.
I like that. PJ.
That's a hot take. That's what I'm
have to get a lot
talking
of
about.
picks there, you know.
Brewers kind of need The Packers kind of need an impact player like that at that position, though. I mean, it's been a while. So I think obviously Jair when he came up, but
when you also have 3 guys in the back end, and Drew mentioned it when he joined me yesterday at the end of training camp live, Evan Williams. When you're running that 3 safety defense, and I think that's going to be their base with Bullard in the slot, Williams, as well as McKinney into the back end, you're going to have as much opportunity to cover a lot of ground and get your hands on the football.
Yeah.
Hopefully have more opportunities for it, because he only had 14 takeaways
and
last
Goody
year.
talked about how nickel is basically based now for NFL
So
defenses. So
I kind of like I walk into the Packers. It's my first practice of camp, second padded practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I walk in and I'm like Armen, like it's just sensory overload. I don't know what to watch. Like, you're your buddy the elf. Everything's like, I'm like, I gotta watch this, and I'm trying to hear what the coaches are barking at guys. It's overwhelming. And then you gotta all right, I gotta focus on certain players and just watch. I'm gonna watch this drill. I'm gonna watch this player. It's kind of overwhelming. But then I lock in and I see Evan Williams for a couple plays. I'm like, that dude is really good. He's like really, really good, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can just tell. He looks like, to me, like that's a special cat. And I know Tucker Kraft's next in line to put pen to paper, but I think Evan Williams is going to get one of those extensions too.
Yeah, in that defense, they got a chance, I think, to be a really, really good defense. They're rather young and pretty athletic in that back end. And him and Bullard are both around about the right stuff, Drew. Like they're both seemingly leaders in going into their third year. And Bullard's attitude and the physicality he plays with, that's what you want in a defender. And Williams has just been in the right place at the right time. I also think Zaire Franklin you want to see it happen in games, no doubt about it. That's another great caveat. But the issue last year felt like him in pass coverage. We haven't seen him tested a ton in it yet, but he has freed up a lot of what Edrin Cooper is doing. I mean, he's lining up on the line of scrimmage a ton, lining up outside, lining up inside of denied Dennis Sutton or Barron Sorrell yesterday at one point. So I was very, very excited to see what they're going to do with the multitude and multiple type of defense. But the other hot take that I had is Barron Sorrell's ready to play.
Let's go.
Barron Sorrell is ready to play, and he's ready to contribute in games. He's been lining up opposite Van Ness with the ones consistently through camp. He probably had the highlight in the play of camp so far, where yesterday they ran a sweet throwback screen to Jacobs, had a big sizable gain in like the first team period. Second team period comes. They run probably not the exact same play, right? But a similar motion into the backfield, a boot to the right for Jordan Love, throwback screen, and Barron Sorrell drops out, picks it, runs it up to the house, and celebrates and gets one of the rare pops for the defense in training camp. He looks like a physical specimen. He worked out with Parsons and his trainer pretty much all offseason long.
Awesome.
And going into year number 2 from the SEC, he contributed in the SEC on a good Texas team. But now to see what you have to do and how you have to be able to counter moves in the NFL, I think he's ready to go. And don't be surprised if 99 is a contributor for you throughout the season.
Well, would love that. I mean, that would be great. Especially, you always want an impact player from that type of area from the draft, if he can become that. But also, we all fell in love with him after his first press conference, being here at Lambeau when he was drafted, being here in Green Bay and walking across. Wouldn't it be great if he was able to become that type of contributor? The Packers would need somebody like that. So that'd be great. They would love that.
The earlier we talked about Yelich, and I said, yeah, maybe get him out of his slump, play him in left field for a game. Let Churio DH, play Yelich in the outfield, give him something to think about, let him work up a
Shake
lather.
it up a little bit. Come on now.
Well, as it happened, because of trades, the Phillies had to put Bryce Harper in right field yesterday. His first time in the outfield since April 16th, 2022.
Uh-oh.
And he goes rolling out there, and at Citizens Bank, the bleacher creatures are giving him a rousing ovation. He gives them and he rolls out there.
Mm-hmm.
You said the ball fine. First pitch. Fly ball to right field.
Right to you instantly. Get yourself
First
ready
pitch.
to go. My God.
The next time in 6 years, it took one pitch for him to get a ball hit to him.
It's pretty funny how that works.
Ball don't lie, man.
No, man.
The ball will find you. And that's why anybody who says, yeah, put Christian Yelich ninth, why are you batting him? I'm like, he's going to come up with guys on base. It's going to happen. Joey Ortiz, it's going to happen.
Well, and Drew, I mean, at that point, I would wonder how much they've talked about like utilizing, because again, we can really dig into the baseball reference. I think he's got 4 pinch hits this year. He's got 3 hits.
Yeah.
So maybe some would say maybe you Matt Stairs it and only bring him in certain spots, but you're going to be up with guys on in scoring position. And that's kind of been where he's been best so far. Now, he's not been great in a lot of roles, if any, throughout the year. But like you mentioned, late and close, his numbers are still probably best on the team. So down in the order, maybe he has more opportunity to have guys on base. I also do feel like once you get to late September and into October, as long as he's giving you the quality at bat, I feel decent about him getting on base. Mm-hmm. And then you have to see if, as Eric from the Prairie mentions on the YouTube comments, I don't think Yelly's back can handle left field. We'll see if it can. I also want to know how much it can handle, maybe stealing a couple of bases, because I do think that could be, Drew, if he can get on, you can still be the base runner that is an additive to the squad.
Yelich can be batting 199 for a month like he is. And I still think if I'm managing a game, and to the point of someone earlier bringing up Caleb Durbin, like I'm wondering like where Yelich is in the lineup more than Caleb Durbin, right? Because especially because it's a lefty thing, it's a platoon thing. But I'm not game planning around Caleb Durbin per se.
No.
But Yelich, I would be.
The name still jumps off the page. Yeah, it still commands respect.
Facts,
just like late into his career, Braun's name still carried a different level of weight when you saw it in the lineup. I also would be interested to see how much we can get from just as much Andrew Vaughn as possible is a good thing. Now, the Jake Bauers injury, he might force Vaughn into the lineup a little bit more. But you've seen it throughout. They really quietly made Sal the 4th outfielder this year.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see if fully healthy, if you will see manufactured days where Yelich comes into the game late. Maybe it is just against lefties, and then he enters the game as a DH or pinch hits into the 5th inning. But both of those guys' bats in the lineup is going to be a key. Last night, I mean, for the last month and a half, how on earth is Garrett Mitchell only hitting 6th? How on earth is he hitting 7th? He's the guy that you move up to move Yelich right back down. 0 for 4 with 3 K.
Yeah, it's just that sometimes it happens like that. And then, Churio has his 3-hit game. So you just never know. You take the ebbs and flows as they come. You hope at the right time all guys are kind of hitting their crest. But the team is, 70, fastest to 70 wins in franchise history. That's the one thing you can say about this is that they win in the midst of all this stuff. I don't know why last night felt like a bigger win. I think because they, after the trade,
you had to get up off the
schneid.
Yeah, that's
keep
right.
winning.
And
I just felt like that was a big win.
It was, we have the Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin injury report because Kyle Harrison coming back after the,
He returns. He gets to face Skeens tonight.
Yep.
Skeens has not been great, Drew. You mentioned it a little earlier in his last 2 outings. 5 1/3, gave up 6 hits, 5 earnies against the Cubs in an 11-0 Pirates loss. They lost 8-7 his last time out against the Reds, where he gave up 5 on 7 hits in just 4 innings, walked 4. So the numbers have not been Skeens-like since the All-Star break necessarily.
Well, Harrison, we heard from him earlier from Hunter. He's back tonight with and he had the start for the Timber Rattlers. You know, it's a good turn. He's feeling good. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, if you have an injury, a nagging joint problem, or if you have an athlete in your family suffering from an injury issue, go to the best, orthowisconsin.com. Check them out. Clinic opening in Johnson Creek coming up this fall. And the clinics that they have the Ortho ASAP clinics. If you need a quick diagnosis, they will take care of you. They're the best, Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
All right, guys. It was Andrew Velasquez. I finally found it.
All right.
Bronx native who, he was a Yankees rookie in 21, although he'd already played for 3 major league teams. So he was kind of a journeyman. And he actually is on the Royals right now.
There we go.
First time he got called up in 3 years was this year with the Royals. So he's still playing Major League Baseball, journeyman. But he was a Yankee in 2021 when he hit a homer in front of his family, who was right from the Bronx there. That's the guy I was thinking of. Andrew Velasquez. So if you want to look it up on YouTube, that's one that's kind of cool too. His mom and his aunt were crying with each other. That was the one I was thinking of.
Phenomenal.
I got my white whale.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. Well done, Armen. Well done.
Proud of you, man.
You're in the huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen huddled up on a Wednesday. Yesterday, our buddy Paul Hansen from Iron Jock celebrated a birthday. Shouted him out. We're shouting out Iron Jock again. IronJOC.com. Check out the deals. Stock up for fall. He's always got good deals going at IronJOC.com. The best non-stink merch you can find anywhere. He's got a little basics bundle deal going right now for $57.50. You get a short sleeve t-shirt, a pair of boxers, and a pair of crew socks. Pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. And it's the best. That underwear will be your favorite. The shirt you can wear multiple times without having it stink. And the socks, perfect as well. Check it out. Bundle deal now through the 16th of August.
You all right, Billy?
Basics bundle.
Why are you silencing me?
There it goes. I didn't touch it. I don't know what you did there. What did I say? Something's weird about it.
Every time Billy's talking, your mic is cutting
The
out.
mic's weird. I don't know what happened there.
The Aaron Rodgers treatment? What they're
No, it's there. It's on.
What the heck?
I don't know what happened to that mic.
Switch
Sometimes
seats.
It happens like that.
Billy's going to have to switch
That
seats.
was
The
weird.
Gremlins got you.
Here, I'll get you on this one, Billy.
Yeah. I thought Armen hit a button or something.
No, I did not.
Is that a little bit better?
That's
That's a
better.
lot
I didn't.
better.
What did you
I-
do?
I didn't. Unfortunately, I wish
did
I
you
did.
do?
I wish I did. Then I'd have an explanation for this. But all of a sudden, the lawnmower stopped working. I don't know what the problem is here.
My
All right.
goodness. Okay. Well, hey, listen, that's live radio. That'll
I'll hit
happen
it
to you,
during the
baby.
break. I'll tap it a couple times and see what
Loving it,
happens.
loving it.
What are you going to do during the break? Sorry, Drew, go ahead.
You gotta tap
Grab
it.
that wheel.
Yeah.
We don't need to hear
Tapping
about
it?
what he's tapping. All right.
Hey, you gotta
I
hit it a couple
understand you
times.
learned a lot today about Roxanne and the different songs, but let's keep
Oh,
that
not
for
that.
let's keep that for later.
No, not that.
By the way, it is State Fair Eve. Happy State Fair Eve to everybody who celebrates.
Yes, sir. Come on now.
Big moment.
It's a big moment for Dallas. And with the Brewers at home, more traffic on I-94.
Yeah, I was gonna say National Avenue. Good luck. Like this is a tough week and a half for that, but it makes for a great doubleheader, right? Like it does make for a beautiful Sunday matinee. Brewers and Twinkies beat the Twins. Go over and enjoy dinner at the State Fair. Walk around. My favorite, the Pavilion. You grab yourself that baked potato. Then hit that grilled cheese.
That's one.
Cap it off with the sundae. Like
Grilled
you don't even
cheese
have
is
to
a
leave
must.
and you get the whole 3 courses.
That's a must-have for me. Is the grilled
Yes.
cheese.
You know what? Yeah, that was the one that came to mind now that I think of it when you talked about what are your State Fair must-haves. It's probably the one and only time all year I actually go for a baked potato. I usually don't make one at home or order in the restaurant, but when you're at the Products Pavilion there, the grilled cheese, obviously, you talked about, Drew.
Pretty good.
Can't beat that.
Pretty good.
But then to also now that like apple cider donuts was something that you were generally only getting at the State Fair. Now in the months of September and October, you can't stumble away from apple cider donuts. The State Fair with the cherries and different things in that Wisconsin Products Pavilion, you're getting a taste of some stuff that generally you're just not going to see.
True.
Just one of my absolute favorite spots, and I will belly up in there for quite some time.
You could do the doubleheader. You can do the State Fair is cool during the day, especially on a weekday.
I agree.
But it's always good opening day as well. But the Brewers play a 1:00 game tomorrow, and you could do the Brewers game and then State Fair.
You could. You could also do State Fair in the
And
morning.
reverse it, State Fair in the morning, or you can do that doubleheader on Sunday as well. And then the Brewers are out of town. They're on the West Coast next week.
Yeah, and the breakfast at the State Fair was always a favorite. I used to take my grandma all the time. Well, my grandma used to take me, and then I would be able to push her around for a little bit.
Nice.
And it was that was one of my absolute favorites. When that would wake up, when you'd be able to get in there by about 9 a.m. and get some eggs and bacon and pancakes all of a sudden in there, and know that you're capping it off with the blue ribbon brownie at the end of the day. That's a tough thing to beat.
It is.
That's a tough day to beat.
It's a great time of the year,
Great
although
time.
it is melancholy because it's the end of summer.
It means that it's getting
Feels
close.
like it's
Yes.
getting close.
Also,
but we got football back, so that's good.
Thank you. Football saves the day in that regard. Also, morning State Fair, Drew, good if you're going to go and buy potentially 3 vacuums.
That's true.
Right? Like if you're going to
Couple of
hit
mops,
if you're going to hit the Expo Center, and I mean hit the Expo Center, walk out of there with a couple of salsa makers.
Yeah, okay.
You're definitely going to have some kind of new
Knife. Wow.
Thank you. Yes,
Knife?
4 to 6 kit knives.
And
right?
I'm sorry,
This is a bread knife. This is a steak knife. This is a medium rare steak knife.
My pineapple core never worked the way the guy did it. Okay, I mean, I'm sorry. And those guys working the mic, those are the, these are the original mic work right there. With the headsets, that's where you practice. I mean, those guys spitting out that spiel when they're talking to you about.
They were the original content creators.
For real, you bought the pineapple core?
It was something. Someone bought it that I knew.
I've never purchased a full pineapple in my life because my wife hates pineapple.
Oh, I like it.
So I have to get mine on the side. I get the already cubed versions when I need my
Oh my
fix.
God, Armen would hate you.
Well,
I have to muddle those in the cocktails and stuff.
I
like
do
pineapple.
rail against pre-cut
Tequila
fruit.
pineapple's not a bad little summer libation.
See, I'm allergic to pineapple, so that's the one. That's the one where I've not gotten into that one.
No pina.
Hives or what is it like?
Throat closed up a little bit.
Man, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough. I love pineapple, but it is hard to maintain. Now, if you want a ripe pineapple, you have to pull out the spikes on top, and if they pull out easy, they're ripe. A guy told me that once at the fruit stand, at the fruit shop, or the fruit stand, or some grocery store. I never lost.
How long
that
do you
memory.
hang out in the produce aisle?
Oh man, you can get some good stuff done in produce, man. You can get some good stuff done. But this is a tough time of the year. The clementines aren't ripe.
Yeah,
So
I
you have
haven't
to
done.
figure it out.
So I haven't done that one, Drew. I have done the salsa maker a couple of times.
That's good.
The salsa maker's a legit beast. When all of a sudden you're just swirling that thing around and it's dicing everything up.
That's
Hit
pretty
that
good.
with scrambled eggs for a little while. Actually, might be a little bit of a weapon with the Blackstone.
Ooh.
Right, dicing up the onions and peppers.
Yeah.
Throw that right on. Dice up the throw the eggs in there, and you can scramble them up. Pour them right into the omelet.
pretty good.
Might be even a better hack
The
that
quick
way.
chop machines, like
Yes.
those type of things, those are really useful because you are saving time. And onions with the tears and everything like that, it can be painful. So
I need the
you're saving some energy.
Blackstone pancake batter dispenser.
It's a beautiful
Need
deal.
one of
yes.
those because mine broke.
Get the real one though, yeah, because my wife got me the Timu one, and that one didn't. That one
See,
broke
this
in
is
about
the
3
thing.
different.
This is why State Fair is because we're such marks. You say
We are.
Who buys this stuff at State Fair? And listen to us. We're marks. We buy this stuff at State Fair.
I gotta spend an hour walking through the pavilion
You
after you
got
had a
to.
couple of pops.
I'll be honest. The Expo Center is my favorite
the
part of
best.
State Fair.
And when I was a kid, I'm like, who's out here buying a hot tub?
Mine too.
But someone is. You know what I mean? Someone's out
100%,
there
baby.
doing it, so-
Roofing, siding, hot tubs.
Yeah.
We
It's all
would
there for you.
when we
And the
would be doing
taxidermy
the
place,
when I would be working at the buck stand. It was like the best part of knowing every day you could crowbar out about 30 minutes for your wannabe lunch break, and it was just walk around and I'd try to get into as many conversations as I could.
I love that.
I would try to have the brief because at some point by the end of the week, when I'm tearing down this stand and you're tearing down that one, you don't want to pack all that inventory up.
No, you don't. You want
Armen, you'd be proud of the deals that I was able to grab as a 16, 17-year-old kid on the final day when everybody's tearing down the banners there in the Expo Center because
And
it is it's a deal maker's haven.
And everyone's got some sort of business going there. You got to be creative. Like the guy that cuts up the license plates to make people's names.
Oh, yeah.
who
That's
thought of
another
that?
good one.
But that's another good one. The taxidermy place. Yeah, I never saw anyone buy and walk out with the stuffed grizzly bear, but one of these days, I'm like, what are they just sending these things home? Who's buying these things? But people want them, obviously. And
My
they're selling
cousin
them.
bought the the wood sculpted Bucky Badger the one time.
There you go.
The big old timber log that was all
Yeah.
painted up, and I'm like, wow, I did not actually know that they actually let you walk out of here with it. Not that they let you, they want you to walk around with that thing and let everybody know, hey, we got some of those over
The
here.
Jersey guy had a Lynn Dickey jersey once, which I'm like, all right, I haven't seen a number 12 Lynn Dickey. That's pretty good. So you can always get one of everything. I like that.
Also, go see our friends at the Milwaukee Admirals in the Expo Center.
Oh, yeah.
You want to talk
Check them
about
out.
something in the Expo Center the kids can do? They can always shoot the puck. They got merch in there, some ticket deals. Our friend Hojo will be in there.
Yeah.
Heather will be hanging out with all the kids and all the puck patrollers. So that'll be a good time to be able to go and stop in. But they also then, at some point, the Lumberjack games are going to be in there. Again, Expo Center is a tough thing to beat during the State Fair. I am not going to be in the State Fair cream puff eating contest. However, I might
That's
just make
disappointing.
myself one.
I was going to say, are you going to be like the year Kobayashi was banned? Just do it from the crowd? Like just to protest? Because like that was, I thought that was kind of sad. You weren't going to be in the contest, So.
But
I
you
mean,
know
that's
what?
okay.
Listen, I was unable to make the Tournament of Champions last year and beat Dario. So he kind of retired as the champ.
Yeah, Yana
and-
Gutierrez was doing it too for a while.
Well, and now listen, I would tell you this. I think I almost lost my fastball. Most importantly, because the one time that I went face first, Drew, and I got the cream up the nose, pause.
Oh boy.
Pause.
That was a tough moment, and that's something that you don't really get over very quickly. That's one that kind of sticks into your mind for a long time, and it's a difficult one to get over. It's almost like a player coming back from injury.
Yeah.
You don't fully trust yourself unless you throw yourself back into the situation.
Oh, exactly. I love that. I have to, while we still have time, and it's still hot take hump day, I have to bring up what a lot of people were talking about yesterday, a hot take, about the decision by Matt LaFleur to not let the officials give the good or no good signal on the field goals for Trey Smack. Now, what do we all think about this? This has been like a little bit of a testy topic for some Packer fans on the interwebs and things like that. Oh, is it soft? Is it helpful to not let the media keep a score? And I don't have the sound right now, but Matt LaFleur said he loved making it.
I love how uncomfortable this makes you guys. I love how mad this makes you guys.
Yeah.
Bill Huber really went in on it a couple of different times. I somewhat agree with LaFleur's practice. He went somewhat AI.
Yeah.
He had his version of Allen Iverson. Guys, we're talking about practice. All right. This is practice.
Yeah.
These don't matter. We're not in a stadium where you're actually going to kick. The wind is going to be completely different. That's when I'll start caring. You definitely turn up the temperature, Drew, on every one of those preseason kicks. Not like he wasn't going to put all that pressure on himself already. But I'm not as frustrated about it because they still don't have the full operation set because Matt Orzik is still out with the calf strain, and that's changing it all up.
If the snap is a little bit high, Whelan will still get it down, but the timing will be off.
Whelan's still figuring out exactly how Smack likes to hold, the ball held.
Too.
And
there's a lot of moving parts there that people don't. It's always on the kicker. My thing is, all right. So they drafted a kicker. They moved up to get him. We know how precious picks are, especially in Green Bay. All right, but he's the kicker. And they lost a couple games last year. You can argue because of the failures in the kicking. So it's going to be under scrutiny.
This time last year, McManus.
Yeah. My thing is kickers don't matter until they matter, and it's like umpires. You don't notice them till then you notice them.
Yep.
It's like they're just make the extra points, make the kicks you should make, and then if we get into a situation where you have to hit a walk off, be nice to.
Yeah, then be able to cap one and we'll smile.
But with Smack in other markets, do you get 10 guys at the same time tweeting the results of the kick and keeping the tally, even if it's unofficial? Like he's 8 for 13 in camp.
And let's face it,
does that happen other places?
It whips Packer fans into a frenzy. Let's face it.
Do we go to? Did we go earlier in Giannis's career when he was struggling at the line? Did we go to?
That's the thing I thought.
What does he keep track of free throws in practice?
Tracker, yeah, no doubt.
If you, like the thing is, we are watching practice, right? And we're watching guys work on stuff, and it's not, so it's like that's the thing I thought about. It's like if someone was inside during a Giannis practice when he was all alone in the gym, counting his free throws and putting them on Twitter, that would be a little counterproductive, maybe. So it made me think of this in a different way. When initially I was put off by well, what does it matter if he makes them or not? But it's like, well, he has a point that. Right now, in practice, working on stuff, you can't just use good and no good as the only result and the only barometer.
Well, and it's also like the practice kicks are not the equivalent of your spring training at bats. Right, that would be your preseason games.
That's a good point.
This would be as if you're doing simulated games. This is BP at this
BP.
point.
So, should we be charting how Christian Yelich hits during BP and see if that correlates to the game?
Drew, don't give anybody any idea.
In the history of baseball, no one's ever really done that.
No.
There'll be people sneaking into AmFam to try to make sure that they get an eye on Yelich's BP today. Now,
next thing you know, Hunter's going to be.
He hit 4 to right field. He's pulling it too much, rolling over.
And I think I understand it because there's a frustration of having to go through the agita of a kicker every year. We've got this problem where we haven't had a reliable kicker for a while. So I definitely get it, And when you think you did, then he misses him in the playoffs, McManus. But the thing is, if you hope to invest in a guy for long term and to have it be your guy, it might not always look pretty right early on all the time. It might not be that.
I mean, look at Mason's numbers the first 4 years of his career.
They were up and down, man.
I think he was like a mid-70s in terms of field goal percentages his first 3 or 4 years.
And Anders was at 81%, and that wasn't reaching the threshold anymore. And that's what's changed around this league.
But to the point, Mason made big kicks.
That's it.
And even when you still struggle early, do you make the big ones? Like you can make your extra points, make most of them that you have to. But when the money is on the table, can you smack one through?
Yeah.
And that's going to be the real question. And that's something that you cannot manufacture as much as you put 50 seconds on the clock and 28-26. And Wayne and I are joking about it on Monday. And now the Packers line up to beat the Chicago Bears and send themselves to a NFC North Division title. That doesn't play. And you can't You can't play that way, especially when the backdrop is the same.
Yeah,
isn't the same, right? Like you're not kicking into the Resch Center when we play NFL games. That backdrop is going to be a little bit different.
And that's the bad memory of McManus' memory in the playoffs of what should tell us that what happens this time of the year doesn't do anything for what's going to happen in the middle of winter. McManus couldn't miss last year, if you remember. I mean, we always would talk about how good he was, in practice and nailing 60-yarders and things like that. I don't know. I'm just saying you have to give it time. And so maybe this methodology by Matt LaFleur to say, you know what, we're just going to avoid anyone trying to talk about it, put pressure on the kid. Maybe that'll help. Who knows? It might work.
It might.
It might be. It might
not.
It might yield different results. Listen, they've been struggling anyway without it. So, lots of soccer players, Wisconsin sportsmen, looking for.
I did like that. Yeah, there's a lot that might be. There's also only some that I think would be able to make the transition now.
That was big in the '90s. Tony Miola was the guy.
But what about? I mean,
the goalie for the U.S. team.
I would look even no further than the cat in Dallas. I mean, he was a soccer player for the long time. And his wife was like, "Wait a second, you could do that."
That's become a thing for a long
You
time.
can do that. Are you kidding me?
That was in high school. Yeah.
And why don't you try it? Why don't you get out of the house a little bit?
Billy, didn't they have it at Whitnell where the kid from the soccer team came over to kick?
We had a foreign exchange student from Germany. He was our kicker, Manu. My man had himself a good time.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to talk about living the American dream coming over from Germany? Be on the football team, be the soccer player and the kicker, and also like one of the coolest, best looking guys in school. That's a tough thing to beat.
There you go.
That's a tough life to beat.
That's rough.
A good 4 months. That kid had a very good 4 months. I wonder what he's doing nowadays.
When we come back, wake and bake time. HappyPlaceHemp.com.
Just wait for this one.
Check out our boys. HappyPlaceHemp.com. Use the code HUDDLE for 25% off and free shipping. We'll have that story and close up shop on a Wednesday. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Closing ceremonies here already for the Huddle. Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen. We close up shop today, as always, with our wake and bake story from happyplacehemp.com. Rob and Chris work out of Muskego, make the best CBD products you'll find anywhere on the planet, right here, locally. Get them at happyplacehemp.com. Use the code HUDDLE for 25% off and free shipping. They ship everywhere in the state. Legal, local, phenomenal. Drift seltzers, great. Gummies, fantastic. If you have questions about the products, reach out to them through the website, email, or just call, or stop in at the shop right off of College Avenue in Muskego. Billy, what do you got? You got a good one today.
So I got a good one. This comes from GoZips.com. If you don't frequent that, it is the home of Akron Athletics.
Okay, yeah, let's go. Maction, a little Maction here.
Start here in the Maction, and how much Maction do you want to watch? Well, Akron football is trying to drum up some season ticket holders, putting it out there that they are ready to make history. And you can be the lucky season ticket holder of the game, and you might get to design the opening drive of the team's home opener. Yes, offensive coordinator of the game. Prize given to one lucky Akron Zips season ticket holder.
Oh, that's hilarious.
One lucky fan will be able to script the opening drive of our home opener. A little asterisk next to it, and underneath says, with the head coach, of course. This hasn't been done before, but we're not crazy. So you're not going to be able to drum up maybe 3 straight kneel downs and a fake punt on fourth down.
They're not doing that. It's within reason. What is it? You get to sit with the coaches.
But you get to game plan up for offensive coordinator of the game, giving one lucky season ticket holder the first ever opportunity to help script the opening drive of the football team's home opener. The game against Robert Morris, one selected fan will work directly with head coach Joe Moorhead.
Let's go, Joe
to help
Moorhead.
design the plays that open the game, a first one-of-a-kind experience for the Akron football program. And Dr. Andrew Goodrich, director of athletics, said, we're always looking for new ways to bring our fans closer to the program.
You can't get closer than that.
This is about giving one of our most loyal supporters a seat at the table, right alongside our coaching staff on the biggest night of the season against Robert Morris. You have this opportunity. Now, how to enter. All Akron Zip season ticket holders automatically entered into a random drawing for the promotion for every season ticket holder. 4 tickets equates as 4 entries. Season ticket holders will receive additional entries for every season ticket holder they successfully refer. So reach out to the ticket office directly to add referral information. Get yourself multiple opportunities. One lucky winner will be selected at random.
This is funny.
Here it is, folks. How much is this opportunity in one lottery ticket worth? How much do you think season tickets to Akron football are?
It's a great question.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say, how many home games do they have, you think?
You're talking about one ticket in a prime location?
One ticket.
Well, the problem is where you're sitting, but it's...
Get in the door season ticket for the entire season of Akron football.
I'm going to say $200.
Armen?
Let's say, I'm trying to think, like, is there 30?
These are games against Robert Morris.
Yeah.
UNLV. A battle against Eastern Michigan. Who's going to want to miss the Tuesday night game at Infocision Stadium at Suma Health Field against Ohio on November 3rd.
In college football,
this is your chance to see Western Michigan live and in person, Armen, on a Tuesday night during Maction. How much do you think a season ticket is?
I'll guess $350.
$75.
Let's go.
The cheapest season ticket. The cheapest season seat.
That's my kind of deal. Don't tell me there's no deals in sports anymore.
A new season ticket
jazzed.
Between $75 and $181.
That's a great thing that you can go with your kid for $75 for a whole season of college football.
Of beautiful
That's
Zips
nice.
football.
That's nice.
And you might have a chance to throw on the headset for real.
Now, I think this is great. Way to go, Akron. I mean, and Joe Moorhead's got to sign off on it, which I'm sure isn't fun for him. Okay.
I can't imagine Joe Moorhead's very excited for that game plan meeting to plan out that first 15, Drew.
Everyone's looking for some crazy flea flicker. It's going to be like A-gap.
Come on now.
Slants.
Well, listen, if somebody's smart, what are you running on the first play of the home season? You're running power.
Power.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Go.
Most erotic play in football. Power. Plugging gaps, guys pulling around.
Let's go.
That's what you want.
If it was me, I got to get first downs to keep my drive alive because I got one drive.
Armen, if the get in the door season ticket is $75, but the top end is $181, Don't you want to have the better seat?
Yeah, it's worth it there.
Oh, for sure.
It's
I'm
181
buying
bucks.
it. But if I can move down.
Armen might even be on the 50.
God, that's
At these prices.
Thanks to Hunter Baumgart for carrying our show today.
Hey,
Thanks
man.
to Dolph for dropping in. Thanks to everybody for interacting. We made it through Wednesday. We're on to Thursday. We're on to State Fair. We'll have Brewers, Pirates, and more. I'm going to watch Hard Knocks today, too. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 a.m.
Peace.